Hello, everyone. How are we today? Hey, verbal constipation. Yes, you're the first one. Way to go.
All right.
Living the dream, man. All right, let's see. How do we... let me find my... Hold on. Trying to pull up chat.
Yeah, I'm going to get a link and drop it in Discord.
There it is. Okay, let's see. This is insanity. I don't know. Okay. So verbal constipation, what do you think about Gannon being in Florida? Avon, what do you think about Gannon being in Florida?
I'm mind blown because it doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
It doesn't.
Nope. I can't figure it out, especially, hey, Angel. Yes, you will never fill my shoes. Gannon was tentatively found today. They're tentative. Oh, my God. Right now, they're identified as Gannon. Jesus, squeezes. I can't talk. The tweet that the sheriff's department put out is on your screen. It says human remains found in Florida. The word I cannot say right now. Identified as Gannon. There's a gag order in effect, so we cannot go into details, but we can look at this article that they posted here. Let's see if it'll... Is that showing to you guys? No, hold on. Let me pull it up. Oh, my God. Yeah, let's see. Chrome tab. Human remains, this one. Sorry. Make sure you guys can see this. Yes, kind of. It says human remains found in Florida identified as Gannon. On March 18th, 2020, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office was contacted by the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office stating they responded to a call of a deceased juvenile male in Pace, Florida. An autopsy was performed by the medical examiner, and the male was tentative. Oh my God! What? I cannot say that word today. What is wrong with me? Tentative. Forget it. They're saying it's probably Gannon. We would like to extend our deepest sympathies to the friends and family of Gannon. If anyone saw Letitia Stauch in Pace or Pensacola, Florida, during the time frame of February 3rd through February 5th, we are asking you to call the El Paso County Sheriff's Office tip line at 719-520-6666. So they have dates for her to be there. And I would really... Landon is sharing on her Angel, what she let me find Facebook here.
You will never fill my shoes.
Comments too.
They said nothing about how, the state of the body, nothing like that. The only thing that we know is that on the 17th, a body was found by a bridge by road workers and reported to Santa Rosa Sheriff's Department, who then contacted the other departments. We don't know if that was the body that was Gannon. We don't know if that's the same body. All we know is that happened on the 17th, and now they're saying they found him on the 18th. So that's all we know. We know nothing, and that's why my head is a little blown, because how did this happen? I have so many questions.
Yeah, I'm trying to see, I'm poking around to see if anybody's talking about it, like on a live, like a local station. But right now, it appears that everybody's talking about COVID-19, which is fair. That's fine. I'm just trying to look for us a, okay, Laura's got some, okay, Laura, put it in the Gannon room. That's when I pulled up in, whatchamacallit. Right, Laura, like, Avon and I were talking about that rental car prior to coming on here. I've never understood the purpose of having the rental car, number one. I've never understood that. Number two, I don't understand where the hell she went with it. Does she head east, like this way, to meet up with somebody to give them Gannon? I don't understand. This is crazier than I ever thought it would be. I'm not going to lie. I knew she did something insane, but this is just taking it to a whole nother level, in my opinion.
Yeah. Denise, that link that Kaylara put up has pictures of where the body was found.
Oh, God. Okay.
And it is the same article, the same place off the Escambia River Bridge of Highway 90. So this is the one that we have the news report from the 17th where they found that body.
Okay, hold on. I pulled it up. Let me pull it up on the screen here. What feed is found. Okay, make sure you guys can see, kind of. Okay, let's see what it says here. It says, deputies say deputies say they found the body on the side of a Santa Rosa County road Tuesday afternoon. Oh my God.
Possibly been identified.
Yeah, I can't imagine him on the side of the road. You know how much that pisses me off? And I'm really trying not to cuss as much, guys. I swear to God. But this pisses me off. This hurts my heart. This makes me mad all at the same time. Like, I'm feeling all the feelings right now, and it sucks. The El Paso County Sheriff's Office in Colorado Springs, Colorado, made the announcement Friday. They said these developments come following autopsy results.
Now, see, this is where I'm lost on this. He was reported missing on January 27th, right? The authorities are saying they want info about her being in Pensacola or Pace February 3rd through 5th. That's only a few days after him being reported missing. I don't remember anyone saying, well, the stepmom took off for a few days. We don't know where she went, because she would have had to have been gone. It's like a 20-hour drive from Colorado Springs to Florida.
And when we first started talking about this in Discord, 20 minutes ago, the first thing I said was accomplices. There has to be other people involved. She had to have somebody transport him. That I can't even.
Yep. Or like someone in Discord, Smilo, said maybe she put him on a truck that just happened to go to Florida and they found him later. But that's not what these pictures seem to say. Because if the truck driver found him, he wouldn't have tossed him in the road. So it looks like the authorities have some information that Letitia was there in Florida on those dates and dumped his body there. Where do they get that from? Rental car? Most rental cars, newer ones, will have a GPS locator. They would have known that already. So why did it take this long to find him there? So there's something that a big piece of this puzzle we do not have yet.
Right. Yeah, Landon did post it on her Facebook. Oh God. Sorry, I don't mean to be quiet. I can't. Let me try to read some comments. Yeah, sweet crazy. We're all mad.
I'm just so glad she's in jail. So glad she's in jail.
Did somebody have a firm date of when she went to South Carolina? I've never determined that. And honestly, I've not broke this case down like I have the Vallow case, where I know dates off I know a lot about this case. Don't get me wrong. Hyatt. Here, I'll write Landon's name. Here, you guys want to see her Facebook, and then you can let me share it. Where'd it go? Stop screen, share screen. But there it is. You're right, SMH. He did not deserve any of this. There, and Landon's Facebook name is there on your screen, guys. If you can't see it, I can type it in and put it on the screen. Just let me know what you guys need. I mean, how is everybody feeling? Because I know everybody, when we found out that she was actually charged with murder, and what that day was a horrible emotional day for everybody. So I'm just wondering how everybody is today, and make sure that we can. I can't. And another thing that pisses, with everything that we have to do right now with social distancing and things to take care of ourselves and protect ourselves, our families, and each other, it pisses me off that he's likely not going to be able to have this huge memorial and get the things he deserves. That breaks my heart.
Remember the date when she did that interview during the search party where she approached the news guy and said, "Hey, interview." Do you remember the date of when that was?
Hold on. I think. Let's see. Hold on. We just posted something in Discord. Let me check Discord real quick. Somebody posted a timeline, hopefully. I thought. My phone is blowing up. Sorry. Where is it? So I hope everybody's taking care. I mean, okay, here we go. Yeah, this has it. Let's see how it shows up on here. See, I feel so bad for Harley. I wonder if Harley was told or made to do something, or she just knows something. I don't know, but it makes me nervous for her.
Okay, I just dropped a link to the news story that dropped on the 17th, Tuesday, from Santa Rosa about when they found the body. And now there is confirmation from Sergeant Rich Alloy of Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office that was indeed the body that has been tentatively identified as Gannon. So if you want to look at the story that broke before anyone knew it was Gannon, there's the story.
Wow. Thanks, Don. How are you, Don? I was looking forward to see you, Don, but now rally's been canceled, which sucks. But well, rally's been canceled, and then there is a medical worker in Stevens Prison who has been tested positive. So, Angel, I agree with you. I feel like Harley was definitely coached, and that's scary because Harley has to be terrified. From
what we can gather, it looks like Harley has flipped on her.
Yeah.
But my question is, did Harley know about this?
Right.
Did Harley go to Florida with her?
Right. I mean, and that's another thing.
Imagine?
Where's Harley been this whole time? I mean, she's a minor. She's 17, and she is a minor. Blah blah blah. But she's 17, and she's pretty well aware of everything that's going on. She's not,
And she was in South Carolina at Myrtle Beach with T, at least for some of that or all of it. And she flew back right before T was arrested. Did she know that was going to happen? Did she call the police? I mean, what? We need to see all these court documents, and everything's sealed. There's gag orders. So we're not going to get these answers right away.
Right. Well, if we remember back to Megan Fieramusca when she killed Heidi and then took the baby. For the first, I think it was like 2.5 weeks, everything was couldn't touch it, whatever. But eventually it'll have to be unsealed so it can be released to the defense. So once it's unsealed and they can retract, whatever they need to, the personal information that we all already know anyway. So it's not, you know what I mean? Like, I get the legal part of it, but we'll have it soon enough.
Yeah.
What they did with Megan's was let it die down a couple weeks, like literally the media hype and everybody begging and wanting to know more, let it die down a little, and then pushed it out there and let people go crazy.
Yeah, I don't feel that Harley was involved in this in a nefarious way. Like Angel said, I think she was made to help because I think Letitia had her, thumb to the screws on Harley. But I think Harley might have flipped. That seems to be what it sounds like. And if she did, good. At least now we have found Gannon. He can come home, be laid to rest properly, and we can fully prosecute that crazy B word. Hi, Emily.
Okay, so according to Crime Online, that's this timeline. They have just this stuff up here. So January 31st, we all know she did that ridiculous interview. I was looking at February 3rd through 5th. February 3rd is when Roderick released his surveillance footage. And then February 5th is when, which we all saw this, that Lena Allen Landon put this message out.
Right, so T would have had to have left Colorado Springs on the 2nd to have gotten to Florida on the 3rd. And so maybe she left right as that video was dropping to run away. But she ran away with the body? Where does she keep it the other days? I mean, what?
Yeah, I'm very confused. I really am very confused. I don't know. Let's stop that for a second. Okay. I feel horrible. So we're I don't even know what. I can't wrap my head around the idea. How does he get from Colorado to Florida and nobody knows? How the hell does she get out of Colorado at that time and nobody knows?
Right. No, normally, like imagine if Heidi Broussard's husband had disappeared for a couple days after she had been reported missing. They would have been screaming that all over the news everywhere. We didn't hear a peep that Letitia was gone for a couple of days. That's really, really a problem for me.
To me, if she didn't go there, there has to be somebody else involved.
Yeah,
if not more than one somebody else. She is twisted, absolutely 1,000%. Absolutely 1,000%. Let me check Twitter.
Maybe that's why the rental car came into play. She said she was driving around looking for him in a rental car so she wouldn't scare him away if he saw her car. Maybe she got the rental car to put the body in it, had it there. What, did Al come home and she's still sitting there with a body in this rental car? Are you kidding me? And then she takes off to Florida? Like, my brain, I cannot with that. Mm-mm.
All right, here, let me pull up Twitter. Oh my gosh.
Melanie, we do know where they found the body. Where's the link to the good article? Here it is. I'm going to link you the article that actually has photos. It was found off the Escambia Bridge off Highway 90.
Yeah, here, I'm going to show you this on Twitter. It says that an officer is saying that a road construction worker discovered a body around noon just off Highway 90.
And there's a link in chat to the article if you want to go read that.
And there's the picture on the screen. So he would have been in that area, which I can't even.
Yeah, and Sergeant Rich Alloy of the Santa Rosa Sheriff's Office says that a road construction worker discovered the body around noon just off Highway 90 near the Escambia River on the 17th. And then over the 18th and 19th, the last 2 days, they did an autopsy with a presumptive positive that it is Gannon.
You know, Angel, that's a very good point. I was looking at that list and I was thinking, I was wondering, there's some very interesting here. Let's see. Let me pull it up, actually. Let's pull up that list of people because I have a couple questions. And while we're waiting for more stuff to come up.
There's Paul. Hi, Paul.
Is he in chat or in here?
Yep, he's in chat.
Oh, okay. Because I said, hey, Paul, I sent him the link to come in here if he wants. Said they were out running around. But sometimes StreamYard on mobile can be wonky. Yeah, right here. If anybody saw Letitia, I can't imagine if she was able. Okay, now so far so good. I really like the way these officers have handled this case. Don't get me wrong, but if she was able to slip out of town for days and nobody knew, that is going to piss me off. Yep. Because they should have been watching everybody, not like a hawk, not just her. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even just being a douche about her. Like, everybody should have had. All right, let me find the.
Yep. Now, if she had the 2 rental cars, like Angel said, it does say the Avis and Enterprise are on the witness list. So maybe they knew that she had been to Florida, because certainly you can track rental cars. If they don't have GPS, you're tracking the mileage. You're looking at the toll cams, because there's cameras at every toll. So there would be pictures of one of those cars getting into Florida. So they have to have some evidence of that.
Okay. You guys should see my bookmarks right now. My computer looks like I have ADHD. I'm not even gonna lie. Let's see. I'm trying to find. Okay, we can't use the bookmarks. Let's just do it this way. Sorry. Don't mind me while I talk myself through a crisis. What are we doing now? There it is. Okay. Let's see. Exactly, Emily. I would love for them to. I would like to know.
Stream it live. I want to watch them tell her. Yep.
Okay, so now Let's see. We got, what do we want to look at? Let me pull this up here. Application, no, current tab.
The audacity of her to do that news interview with the reporter and say, someday, when he comes back, everyone's going to owe me a giant apology, knowing just, I can't believe people like that.
That's what I think, Gloria. There was some, this became very complicated once he was no longer with us, I think. She really did some shady shit. Pardon my French. Told you I was trying to clean it up. I can't help it. This is just the way God made me. But it makes me so mad. I'm trying to read your comments. Oh, Angel, the way she talked about Landon that was the worst part of everything. Honest to God. The thing she said about her, as if that was going to do anything to... I just can't. The thing she said about her, and she did drugs, and she did this, and what? Let me just tell you, who the hell cares? Right now, that is not the problem. Right now, we need a Gannon, and she just wants to talk about everybody, and everybody owes her an apology. Well, guess what?
Mm-hmm. We have a new formal statement out from El Paso County Sheriff's Office.
Is it on Twitter?
Yeah, and want me to link it to you so you can share it? Find the link.
Oh, here, I'm mission control. I can see what I can find here.
Okay, I popped it in Discord.
Oh, okay, let's just do that, because this place, holy hell.
It doesn't say anything new that we don't already know, but it's just a nice formalized statement.
All right, it's in Discord, you said?
Yep.
Okay, let's see. This is weird. Okay. Now let me come back and share it. Sorry. Chrome tab. That one. Okay. All right. So it says on March 18th, 2020, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office was contacted by Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office stating they responded to a call of a deceased juvenile male in Pace, Florida. An autopsy was performed by District 1 medical examiner, and the deceased male has been tentative. Oh, forget it. It's possible. It's pretty much Gannon. We would like to extend our deepest sympathies to the friends and family of Gannon. If anyone saw Letitia Stauch in Pace or Pensacola, Florida during the time frame of February 3rd through February 5th, 2020, we are asking you to call the El Paso County Sheriff's tip line at 719-520-6666. There is a gag order in effect for this case and has been attached to the media release along with a mugshot of Letitia Stauch. We would like to thank the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office and the District 1 Medical Examiner for their invaluable assistance with this case. I'm with you, Emily. Thank you. Thank you, Emily. I'm with you, Melanie. It just breaks my heart. I can't wrap my head around what she did on the 27th. I don't understand it. And then now to have all this, and he's clear across the damn country. Like, how does that work? What did she do? Who did she get to help her with this?
Right.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
I'm glad that they finally found his body, because having that as an unknown would have been torture for his parents, more torture than not knowing. But I can't imagine how Landon and Al are going to even continue knowing that this woman who was part of their lives just took their son, did the unknowable to him, drove him across the country, dumped him like trash on the side of the road. It's just, how do you process that as a parent? I can't even begin to imagine. The anger and hatred that I feel for Letitia Stauch is something I haven't really felt before in these cases. This one got to me in a really big way, and I want 5 minutes alone with her. I really do.
Yeah. I agree. I went on this one, verbal constipation. This one is hard to take. I can't wrap my head around why this one is so hard. I don't know. I see everybody that talks about this case, whether we're here on YouTube or in Discord or on any social media, everywhere. Everyone is affected by this case so deeply, and it's. I don't want to call it bizarre, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but people are invested in Gannon, and it's heart wrenching. And every day it feels like his story gets worse, and his story should not be his story. I can't. It gives me chills and makes me pissed off.
Yeah, Emily, we can kind of feel his trauma. I think for some reason we can identify with Gannon, in maybe ways we don't in other cases where, I don't know. And, seeing Landon at the big formal press conference that they did recently, that was so hard.
Yep. Me and you sat through this and I thought, oh my God, like we didn't know what we were getting into. We're like, okay, they arrested her. Let's watch it. We'll stream it. We'll talk about it. And that was, whoa. But I don't really care what Letitia has ever said about Landon. I don't take her word for anything other than a waste of her breath. Landon, in my opinion, is a badass. Landon is a hero. She is Gannon's voice. She is everybody's voice, and she doesn't care. She is an inspiration to a lot of people, honest to God, because I don't know how she's doing what she's done, and I can't imagine her now.
Yeah, Landon has displayed more grace and class and strength through this, and I think I would. I couldn't do that. I would be a basket case, but that just shows how special Gannon was, that was their G-man. That was their hero. She keeps calling him my hero,
Yeah.
It's what he had to go through just to be born and make it through his first few days of life.
No.
And to think, when you look at pictures of Letitia and you watch her press conferences, and it's infuriating. It always bothers us when we see cases like this where they lie on TV, but to think she did it with such, I don't know, she was so angry and so volatile and so nasty in the things that she did.
The thing is, she did it so easily.
Yes.
Like, it was not, she didn't try, it wasn't strained. It was just like this conversation we're having now, where, so-and-so is a big, piece of poo. So-and-so did this. They ruined their own life. They ruined my life. I don't know why everybody's coming after me. Like, it was just this natural conversation, which made it so much crazier. It wasn't like she was a loony bin on social media, but when she would talk to a camera or an actual person, it was just so smooth. And I don't understand it.
That is true. Melanie brings up a good point. This could potentially now be a federal case since she brought the body.
And
if it's capital murder, can that supersede Colorado's no death penalty?
Well, see,
if it's a federal case?
In Colorado, it's not actually 100% in effect yet.
Right, July 18th, I think it goes into effect.
Yeah, so they have the opportunity to still stick it to her, but now if he's in Florida, there's clearly more charges coming. Clearly. And not only for her, if she did that all by herself, holy hell. Could you imagine if she did all of this all by herself? I don't see it, but as crazy as this is becoming, there's a part of me that would not be shocked. Do you know what I mean?
It bothers me, though, to think, what if Harley was with her on this trip to Florida and knew about it? I would hope that Harley flipping will protect her, give her some indemnity against charges like this, because, do any of us think Harley did this like purposefully, assuming that she went with T and all that stuff? I don't think Harley would have had that sort of input on this, other than, oh, my mom's taking me to Florida. Crap, I have no. What am I going to do? Being sort of forced into it. I would hope Harley doesn't face these kinds of consequences if that was the case. But the thought that Letitia would put her own daughter in that kind of harm's way, risk her daughter facing potentially the death penalty. It's like, what kind of monster is that? I don't
know. Loria, where'd we go? Laurie. Okay, here's a basic timeline that's on Crime Online, and I'm tagging you and I'm posting this thing in chat. It's just very basic of some of the bigger things that happened to just kind of get the basics down. Lori, here, let me get a Discord link too while I'm in here. Come on now. Okay, I'll do that from so goofy. I'm like, let me just do that from my phone because I can work on my phone so much easier.
Yeah, see, that's another good point, Lori. If they think that Gannon, well, they believe that Gannon was killed in Colorado Springs. If he had been killed in Florida, then it would be straight up death penalty. Forget it. She would have no chance. Florida's kind of vicious like that. But I really kind of hope that they can turn this into a federal case with some sort of death penalty, because as much as I'm generally against the death penalty, not in this case. I want to go and I will watch it myself.
For any of you that are not in Discord with us, Paul from Reporting Live from my sofa, this is actually his Discord, but he opens it up pretty much to everybody, and it is full. Here, let me show you on the screen. I'll show you guys on the screen what the Discord is all about, because a half an hour before we were on here, we were talking about this stuff in Discord. So, and there's always stuff going on there. Let's see. Let me get back to you guys real quick. So, see, there's our Discord. Come in here. This is the Gannon room. So this is all the stuff we were talking about earlier before we came on.
Emily, yeah, Denise has his email and stuff, and I'm sure we will get Travis's input on this.
Yeah, oh yeah, I talk to Travis all the time. So definitely, yeah, we'll get hold of Travis. I know he's working on a crazy case right now himself. So we usually see him in the evenings. You know what I mean? During the day, it's kind of hard. He is a lawyer. I do have access to Travis. Loria, you coming in? Here, hold on. Let me stop this. Oh, there she goes. Loria? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Nice to see you. How are you doing today?
I'm losing my voice. I think I've been crying, yelling, screaming.
Aw, I'm sorry.
Gosh, I want to kill her.
Yeah, I think there's a long line for that. Unfortunately,
I'm so heartbroken.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, she couldn't have got in Florida without being on camera, though.
Yeah,
I promise you that.
Well, I'm okay. If we think about even the Heidi Broussard case, they were able to determine that Megan traveled from the Houston area to Austin because of roadside license plate cameras. Like they're just randomly along the highway and they just take pictures. You know what I mean? They're everywhere. So they were able to determine that Megan made that trip through that. So they'll be able to do the same thing with Letitia. And like, was it you that pointed out earlier that there are additional, what's the word, rental car places on that witness list? So it's possible she had all kinds of stuff. Who knows?
Oh yeah, but it's all going to be in her name, so she can't hide everything.
Yeah.
What I don't get is she ran around Colorado though and put 900 miles on that rental car, throwing his stuff out everywhere. It doesn't make sense unless she put him somewhere there until she got ready to leave.
Yeah, I don't know. I never understood the rental car. I would really like to hear Al's take on that rental car because I don't understand the purpose. Can't tell me because he didn't.
To Florida or North Carolina or South Carolina with 900 miles. I mean, it's about, what, 1,500 miles at least?
Yeah, we and this didn't.
Yeah, I put a map up.
I think we just somebody mapped it here. I'll pull it up. Go ahead.
Yeah, a couple different routes that she could have taken. It's average 1,300 miles from Colorado Springs to Pensacola. So 900
Yeah.
miles would not have really covered that. So she might have driven and then switched cars, got a new rental, and went to Florida or what. But I hope they have those cars, and I hope they can test them. So.
And whoever said that, wondering if she has another boyfriend, I wonder too, with Al being out of town all the time, if, there's a guy that didn't want nothing to do with no kids and, some guy helped out with this.
Sweet Crazy got an interesting theory here. I'm telling you, I think her family met her 450 miles away from Colorado Springs. She drove back and they took him back the rest of the way. That's possible.
That's quite possible. Although they must have a reason for asking people if they saw her there. They must think she was there for some reason. So I don't know.
For 2 or 3 days. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But that home video, he was crying. He sounded hurt then. He even sounded like he might be out of his mouth, like maybe she punched him in the mouth, because when he said, "I'm bleeding," you could almost hear, the wetness in his mouth. So I thought he had to be hurt bad then. So that's a long time if he was dead, from that day on, and then take her to Florida. I mean, it makes sense. You can't make sense out of it. It's crazy.
Kayla said, "I'd like to know which of her family members she was with during that time besides her daughter." Absolutely.
And how did she get to South Carolina? Did she drive? Because she could have driven to Florida and then up to South Carolina. That's a really long drive, but maybe she did that and dumped him there on the way.
I don't know.
We need all these facts.
Right. And I wish I can't. I just can't. It makes me, I can't understand. And somebody mentioned in chat a little while ago about Kyron Harmon. That's another one. And I'm thankful that this is not, I'm thankful that they found him. But this is so much.
I mean, it's so much, because look at little baby Evelyn. We got this Lori Vallow crap going on. We got this with Brand. What is wrong with these women right now?
I don't know. There's something in the water. I don't know. It is bad.
Jesus.
And I think every case so far, like you're saying, involves kids, and it involves the most ridiculous things around kids.
I mean, and you used to couldn't get a woman involved in hurting a youngin'. I mean, it was always, you heard men doing it all the time. But now it's always women.
Right. Why do you give up? Why do you give up, Sweet Crazy? Don't give up.
It's horrible.
No. Yeah, Kayla, there was that little girl. What was her name? Damn, I could see her face. What was her name? Oh, it's too much.
And the bad thing, I'm a stepmom too, and I never could have kids of my own. So I guess it hits me even harder, because my stepkids are grown now, but I've been in their lives for 20 years.
Right.
And
they're your
I had to be called mom. Man.
I don't know. I hope that I can't even put it into words. I would love to see her face when they tell her we found him. And then
what was her name before she got married?
Say that one more time.
Do you know what her maiden name was before she got married?
She has a bunch of different names. I don't know what order they come in. Honest to God. She's got a lot of different.
North Carolina and lived in South Carolina. So I'm going to try to find out who her relatives are in North Carolina.
And this has been a really rough year so far.
Right now, though.
Yeah. I mean, this has been a rough year. And now here we are. We're all isolated. This is our social contact. I had fun. Oddly enough, at the grocery store, I actually was able to find 2 things that one of my best friend's coffee creamer, okay, that she couldn't find when she went to the grocery store. Nobody had it. It was all gone. Ooh, press conference at 3.
Right.
What time? Riley, Central? Do you know?
Hopefully Central, because we can bring it up in 20 minutes. Yep.
But and I talk to her all the time. I see her all the time. But when she came by today, she's like, leave my stuff in the front seat. And she found a couple things that we needed. I'll leave your stuff there, but spray your bag with Lysol before you put it in your car. And it's like this weird interaction. And I talk to her like through the crack in the door. So now we're all isolated. And this is our interaction. And because we are true crime folk, unfortunately, this is the true crime that's happening right now. And this is not a good distraction, unfortunately, because it is so depressing and ridiculous and scary and unnecessary. So we all got to take care of ourselves in here, because, of each other, check in, because, like Loria, everybody's very upset. And all we have to do now is just sit around and be upset. And that's not okay either. So my PSA is, we have Discord, we have social media, we have everything. Everybody take care of yourselves and reach out if you need to. Okay, that's my PSA. Sorry, little soapbox.
Yeah, the intern, just to there's some new people in chat, catch up on what happened. On March 17th, a male juvenile body was found off the Escambia Bridge off Highway 90 in Florida by the Santa Rosa Sheriff's Department. It was discovered by a road worker who called it into the Sheriff's Department. And so for the last 2 days, they've been doing an autopsy, and they have tentatively identified the body as Gannon. And the El Paso County Sheriffs from Colorado have released this information. They believe it to be Gannon. And that's all we know. We don't know how the body got there. They are asking for anyone who may have seen Letitia Stauch in Pensacola or Pace, Florida, between February 3rd and 5th to contact them with any information or photos or whatever, saying that they saw her there during that time frame. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more information at the press conference, but that's all we know so far.
Right. Let's see. Does anybody else want to come in and say anything? Like, share that here. I'll post the link in chat. Anybody's welcome to come on. I think we can do up to 6. And then everybody, Awen and Loria, you guys are the hosts for a minute. I need to go up and check on Aiden. Make sure Master Jam's still rolling. Make sure the house isn't on fire upstairs. I have my 4-year-old grandson today, so and he's the kind of kid that like just does his own thing, which is fine. But I still got to check on the house, so I'm gonna run upstairs. Can somebody find out if that's 3 p.m. Central?
Yeah, let's check
maybe
on this.
Try to find us a link, and then now we can't stream it from YouTube, but we can from Facebook or like a news, like a news channel. I can't even think.
A news website would work.
Exactly. We just can't stream from another YouTube channel. Exactly, Kayla. It's okay to be upset. Like this, because I'm so invested in the Valor stuff, there are times that I just can't look at it because I am so hopeful that we're going to find, JJ and Tylee. And right now, of all the cases that I know my core group is following, all these, JJ and Tylee are the only ones who have not been located. And I cannot have them be located in the same condition as these guys. I just can't. I couldn't handle that. You guys wouldn't see me for a month. I'd be done. So, and I have to step away from it sometimes because I fear so badly that we're not going to find them. And I'm so invested in them. So all these other ones, I can't.
All right.
My
so
granddaughter
what,
the same age as Evelyn.
What time
15
zone
months.
is Colorado Springs? Is that Central, Mountain?
They're Mountain Time.
Okay, so the 4th Judicial DA of Colorado Springs says the Gannon Stauch investigation update. In response to numerous inquiries, the office will address recent developments at 3 p.m. this afternoon in the district attorney's office located in Colorado Springs. And due to the current circumstances, only credentialed members of the press, blah, 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 wash your hands. So 3 p.m. I guess it's going to be Mountain Time. So
okay, so
an hour and a half.
So an hour and 15 minutes. Loria, do you have YouTube playing? Because we have an echo somewhere.
I really need.
Hold on, I think it's better. Yes, there we go, Emily. See, Emily has a good message.
Yep.
Oh, you're welcome, Riley. Okay, so what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to hang out and chat for the next hour, or do you want to stop, take a breather, collect ourselves, and then come back around, a little bit before 4 and watch it together?
Whatever you want. I have nothing going today.
I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna run upstairs and check on everybody. I mean, Gavin's up there. My youngest son is 15, so I think they're up there playing a game. I can hear them kind of, but I just want to make sure. So I have a 15-year-old and a 4-year-old here. I just need to make sure everybody's cool. So
okay, let
me run upstairs, do that, and you guys chat. You guys, Loria and Awen in chat. You guys. Oh, Loria left us. You guys, Awen, you decide with everybody if we're gonna stay, or if we want to stop and come back. I really don't care, but I will be right back. Awen, you can share your screen if you have something, but let me run upstairs real quick.
All right. I just want to echo what Emily said in chat. If you're in our Discord server, which we'll put another link to in 1 second as soon as I find it, or you're in these live streams, or you're just in the community as general, and you need to take a break, or you need to talk to somebody about how you're feeling about this, please reach out to us. Our Discord server is hopping. There are mods around all the time, all right? So you never need to feel like you're alone. Self-care when we're going through cases like this that are really hard is very important, because we need to remember that these are not our children, okay? Our lives are okay, and it's very easy to lose that sense of yourself and get lost in the pain of these cases. But we have to keep ourselves strong. So please reach out, Discord, email, live chat, leave a comment, whatever you need, and one of our mods will find you. There's a whole lot of them between Denise's channel, my channel, Paul's channel, the Discord. We have mods everywhere, and they are wonderful, wonderful people. So don't feel alone. Reach out to one of us if you need it. And also, Denise posted something this morning in Discord regarding this quarantine thing that's going on. If you need anything, if you're short of food, if you're short of Lysol, if whatever you're short of, if you need something, let us know. One of us will have it, and one of us will find it and get it to you somehow, okay? So please don't hesitate to reach out if you find yourself in need. We don't want anybody going hungry, anybody going out medicine or anything that they need during this time. So let's work together and make sure we are all okay.
Very true. I already stocked up on a bunch of toilet paper before all of this. I was in the store earlier and they didn't have any. And I was like, well, you can come to my house. I'll trade food for toilet paper. And we all laughed about it. I was like, I can't eat my toilet paper.
And plus, we have a lot of kids out of school right now, and not everyone has money to go to the store and buy tons of food. So if your kids are short of food, say the word and we will get you food somehow. Right? If you have to order it off Amazon and ship it to you, we'll find a way to get you some food. So
this was my post. This is what I posted in general chat today. So here we go with our next day of isolation. I've seen people posting all kinds of creative ways they are passing the time and making the best of this bizarre situation. I'm wondering what folks here at the Sofa Squad are doing. Have you seen any neat things we should check out? What new creators have you found? We are just getting started with this, so I'm thinking we need to work on our support system now. Soon, plenty of us will be losing our minds and needing extra outlets. Let's start now by sharing and checking in on each other. If we work together, somehow we can make lemonade during this craziness. And for the love of God, if you need anything and can't find it, please post it. If I have what you need, I will drop it in the mail. And no, I'm not joking. No one here is going to go without if I can help it.
Yeah. And if we all do that, we'll all be fine.
Right. And then you can see on the screen, people started posting like McDonald's. It's giving, Bipolar Princess posted this. McDonald's, this is in Eastern Idaho. I don't know if it's everywhere, but school-age children, they're giving them free meals. So if you see things like this on social media, share it with everyone, and then people started posting other ideas and things. So, I mean, we have to kind of,
Yep.
Oh, you got laid off today. I am so sorry to hear that.
The best way to keep in touch with us if you need something is through the Discord. It's free and we'll help you learn how to use it. It's not a difficult thing to learn. Click on that link and you can join it and we'll get you hooked up. That way, if you need somebody quick, that's the fastest way to reach us.
Yeah. I mean, There's people everywhere all the time, and now everybody is home. So sweet crazy. I honest to God, here. This let me.
Wait, here's a tip for toilet paper. This comes from Paul. This is very smart. Go to an outdoor store, a camping store, camping department of Walmart's. In the RV section and camping section, they have special camping toilet paper. It's much thinner because you don't want to bog down the septic tanks in your camper, but it's usually there because people don't think to go get it there. So if you're out of toilet paper, check the camping section.
Yeah. And there's my email. And here's my thing with toilet paper, okay? For years now, I couldn't even tell you when we started this, but we've always done our toilet paper and our paper towels through Amazon on the subscribe and save. Like, it just shows up. We have subscribe and save that comes every month on the 24th, whatever. Well, February was our toilet paper month, and we get paper towels. I think it's every 6 months, but I get like this. I'm almost 6 foot tall, and this pack of toilet paper, our paper towels is as tall as me. It's huge. Well, I got an email that said that we couldn't get the paper towels, but we did get the toilet paper. And we get like 20 packs of toilet paper. And we actually had an extra one from the previous, because we get it every 2 months. So my son and daughter-in-law, they couldn't find toilet paper. So I gave them one of those. And I still have 20 packs, and our bathrooms are stocked. So I swear to God, if you need toilet paper, my email is there. My email is always it's everywhere in my description box, on my about page. Please email me and I will drop some in the mail to you. Nobody is going without anything. I cannot wrap my head around the toilet paper thing at all. Why is it such? I mean, I
don't get it.
Have food than toilet paper.
I didn't buy
there are other options.
I do what you do, Denise. I get it every 2 months.
You do what
from Amazon.
Yeah, like I've set up a ton of stuff, and I've gotten a few emails that said, "Oh, we're out of this," and I'm like, "Okay, whatever." And like were like, my shopping list had ketchup and grape jelly on it. Like, we needed that. We were out. This is a really bad time to be out of like normal staples. It took me 3 stores to find a bottle of damn ketchup, and I was man. What the hell? And then I found bread at one store, and when we buy bread, I always buy 2 loaves at a time because my 15-year-old can eat 5 sandwiches in a sitting. He's 6'3", 230 pounds. He eats us out of house and home. So I ended up buying 3 loaves of bread, and there was there was a lot of bread there at that time. And I felt guilty because I got the extra loaf. You know what I mean? Yep. And I kept thinking, but then Madison, my daughter-in-law, was like, "Oh my God, we can't find bread." So that extra loaf ended up going to their house, which is fine by me. We were able to find pretty much everything we wanted. We couldn't find any like chicken breast, but I finally did find some chicken. I do a lot of like freezer meals and like make ahead meals. So now I'm just going to have to get a lot more creative and stretch out the meat a little more, which big deal. We're not going to starve. And like Gavin, it broke my heart yesterday. And like Gavin's like, "Could I make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?" I'm like, "Why are you asking me? Like, this is not the house where people ask for food. You just go, even the guests that come here, they know we're like, we when all of our friends' kids were little, we had these huge parties at my house. We had like 60 people, 30 kids. We do big Christmas parties. And I have this snack drawer in the kitchen that's full of like gummy bears and brownies, whatever. Like it's like a little Debbie snack drawer, and the kids always love it. Well, now all the kids are big, and when they stop by, and all the adults, they go to the snack drawer, And Gavin asked me if he could make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I was like, "Why are you asking me?" He's like, "Well, I don't want us to run out of bread." And I'm thinking, this is day 2. How in the hell are we going to feel on day 30? And he's already worried about running out of bread. You know what I mean? I'm like, we can bake our own bread, because I was prepared to do that anyway. I think we're all going to learn how to be, we're all going to learn how to make stuff from scratch. We're all going to find new recipes. We're all going to do a lot of different things. And we're going to have to share these tips with everybody, honest to God. And here's a tip I want to share since we're talking about Amazon. The New York City shipping center has shut down because they have employees that are infected. So any Amazon package you get, spray it with Lysol before you open it. Do whatever. You never know. Any of your mail, spray that. It's ridiculous. So yeah, see, ketchup. That's ridiculous. And I don't understand. Yeah, meats are hard to find. I was able to find one package of chicken breast, but I gave it to my son and daughter-in-law because they eat chicken like every day, whatever. That's how they are. So I gave it to them so they would be able to make some meals for them. I mean, we have a lot of stuff. It's just the meat. And because I do a lot of like the make ahead of meals and stuff, I always have like extra pasta, extra this. Like I have all these ingredients. I just don't have the meat. I'm like, well, we're about to become vegetarians, I guess. I don't know.
Yep. So, well, luckily I got nervous about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I went on a meat buying binge because I'm on a keto diet. So all I eat is meat, really. And I'm like, I need a month's worth of meat in this house. My freezer doesn't really fit a month's worth of meat, but there's a lot of canned protein you can get. Canned chicken, canned tuna if you can find it. Canned corned beef.
It took me 3 stores to find tuna. Mm-hmm.
Yep. But whatever you can find.
Yep, I bought 8 cans and there were still plenty. It was interesting. There was some things that were just a few left. Here, I'll show you guys pictures of our local stores. Let me send them to the computer real quick from my phone.
Yeah. If you have bleach in your house and roll of paper towels, put them in a plastic box, right? Mix your bleach, cut it down 3 parts water to 1 part bleach, and pour that over your paper towels, and there you got some wipes.
Let's see. Oh, and my grandson, who's 4, he is the pickiest eater in the world. And literally he'll only eat like 3 things. I was able to find him 1 bag of Tyson chicken nuggets, and it was like the jackpot. Yeah. Like jackpot. All right, let me find my.
Yeah, I have the same trouble with my son. He's 18, but he's autistic, and the foods he eats are limited to maybe 6. So double what Aiden will eat. But it's like they're all frozen stuff. It's like I don't have room for this. Boy, you're gonna have to learn how to eat different right now, you know.
See, and my husband Wayne, he's a picky eater, and I'm like, by the time this is over, buddy, you're gonna learn to like a lot of stuff. I don't know what to tell you.
You're all gonna be eating salad, and you're gonna like it.
Now, a few weeks ago, Trinity left a cootie from the preschool here. So at that time, I bought a couple cans of Lysol. I'm like, all right, we're getting rid of whatever my granddaughter left here. So I do have 2 cans of Lysol, and I have one sitting by the door. And like yesterday, I went out and when I came back, I immediately changed my clothes. And like we have a family business, we have a fence company. So Wayne, my husband, is still going down there and trying to work. You know, people still have their dogs. They want their fence done. But they're deciding, you know, this week that maybe next week non-essential businesses can't be open. So 1, Wayne wouldn't go to work. 2, that business feeds our whole family. Like A1 Fence, like takes, you know what I mean? Like the business started in 1965. Like so if they close that down, like it's not like we're going to go without, but not having the business running is going to be scary as hell. Mm-hmm. So because that literally feeds all of us, like my in-laws, us, my, son and daughter-in-law and their household. And it's a lot to process. So.
Yep. And like what Riley says.
Like I told them today, I'm like, when you come home, come through the garage, you leave all your clothes outside. I will spray them and they will go straight to the washer because he is with the public during the day. You know, he's going to people's homes. He's not going in, but he's interacting with a lot of different people. And I'm like, yeah, no.
That's the problem that we have here. My husband works with the public and he's dealing with cash all day and lots of people and all their stuff that they're coming to sell and things. And my daughter has an interstitial lung disease. And if she gets coronavirus, she's probably going to die from it.
Right.
So I am ridiculously paranoid about him coming home from work because he cannot bring that in the house no matter what. Mm-hmm. And, even this morning I had a home session with my trainer. I didn't let him in the house. We did it outside because I'm like, you're not coming in here. Nobody's coming in this door, unless you strip off and get sanitized. But so we just did it outside. But it's a very scary thing to think this thing that we could so easily bring home could kill her. It is really, really nasty.
Where's my tab? Okay, let's see. I have some pictures here, I think. What's it under? I have my damn tabs open. How am I going to share a screen? All right, this is one. This is like one of our local chain stores. This would be like where hot dogs and lunch meat are or whatever. This was Wednesday morning. Let's see. Where'd the other ones go? What the hell? That to see it in your own eyeball is very, very weird. And I think that's another thing that this is the first time I think that everybody's experiencing the same thing. It's typically, like if there's a natural disaster somewhere. What the hell? This one is the one. Hold on. Everybody thinks about the people that are being affected. And right now, everybody is being affected. And that is terrifying.
A lot of pharmacies, like even our local CVS, have sent us emails saying if you need prescriptions, they will deliver it to your door. Mm-hmm. So check on that. If you need prescriptions, you might be able to just have it delivered straight to you, which is a little helpful.
Yeah. When not Aiden, when Gavin was 4 months old, he had RSV and pertussis. He was actually in the newspaper here because he was the first child that year. It was early October 2004. He was diagnosed with RSV. And the residual effects of that, he was so sick. We called him blue lips for like 2 years because it was horrible. And he has residual asthma and respiratory issues because of what happened to him at 4 months old. So Gavin, he's like, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. I'm like, you can go to your room. You can go to the basement. You could go to the front yard. You may not go out in public. He's like, well, can I go to my friend's house? And I'm like, ugh. I'm like, have their parents been going to work? He's like, yeah. I'm like, no, you can't go there.
Yeah.
And I feel horrible. So, Angel, we have 1 hour. It starts, I'm Central Time and it's 3 p.m. here. So it starts at 4. Yep, Kayla, I spray. This is okay. So on the screen, this is typically where the bread is. Well, one bread aisle. It's just, I couldn't take it. It was hard to see in your own eyeball. It really is.
Hey, Dark Side of the Moon. Nice to see you.
Lyra, how are you? Yes, it's hard. It's hard to wrap my head around, Lyra, that we found them. Very much so. I can't. If she did that, if she left him on the side of the damn road, I can't even. I can't even.
She has to throw him off bridge. That's like a 25-foot drop off that bridge.
Yeah, here, let me. For anybody that's just joining, let me pull it back up real quick. I guess we'll just stay until the press conference. I think all of us kind of need.
We need some community.
Pretty much, yeah.
Drives from North Carolina to Miami every week. We pass that place, and now it's gonna be so different. I mean,
yeah. Okay, so for anybody that is just joining us, we have found. I agree, Angel. Absolutely, she had help. They have found Gannon in Florida. They're now looking for anybody who may have seen Letitia in Pensacola or Pace, Florida between February 3rd and February 5th. Of course, maybe in an hour we'll learn what we'll learn more. I don't know. Okay, this one. Here we go.
Does she have relatives in Case, Florida?
I have no idea. Okay, let me pull up this article.
I never heard of Case, Florida.
This woman just pisses me off. Yeah, Angel, what I've understood about her family is that they all have a history of shady dealings. Wasn't it the same day T was arrested, like right around that? Her sister was arrested for domestic violence somewhere else. They all have, I don't know. Okay, well, let me pull it up.
I think they lived when she met Al somewhere near Fayetteville, North Carolina, before she moved down to South Carolina and took Landon's husband.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, Tony, we're talking about Letitia Stauch. She was the one who did the fake crying on TV for the news. That's her. Very, very evil, not nice person. Yep, she went on TV. She blasted all over social media about how she's being bullied and people are so mean to her, and someday everyone's going to have to apologize to her. And she tore Landon apart. She just destroyed Landon on social media. That was nasty. And this is the woman who has killed Gannon Stauch.
Landon is posting right now on Facebook. Hold on 1 second. We'll take a peek. This poor woman. Let's see, Landon. There she is. Make sure you guys can see. Where'd it go?
And it's hard for a woman to trust another woman. I mean, me being a stepmother, it took forever to earn the trust of their own mom. You know?
Right. So Landon posted 5 minutes ago, "You will pay, I promise. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. My baby will be coming home." I just can't.
I almost want to say, is it better he was found, or would it be better if we never even knew, you know?
Right. Like we talked about earlier, it's so I mean, he's captivated so many people. And I imagine that we're all going to be very upset with this press conference. I don't know what they'll tell us. Might not tell us much, but they're going to have to say something.
Right. There is a gag order in place on the case, so they're probably not going to give us all the details we want, but we'll learn something.
Right. You know what? Sweet crazy, I feel for Al. Al is going to carry a certain level of guilt that nobody will ever understand, and he's going to have to deal with that for so long. And that is, I can't. I feel for Al so much because he's going to feel guilty because he brought her in. You know, she was. I just can't. You know, Kayla, you're right. Like she absolutely.
She dug her own grave.
Every time she spoke, there were bits of truth in that. And you just had to pay attention. And when she pulled the crap out, you know, when this case is all said and done and they release any sort of interrogation videos, can you imagine the way she's running her mouth in there? I can't.
Well, you know, during that last interview when she made her daughter say that she came home that night and she's seen Gannon, we know for a fact that was a lie. She made her daughter lie. So she screwed her daughter's head up too. I mean, she's ruined everybody's lives.
Right.
Dark said, we don't know what Harley has or has not said, although the speculation from the little court documents that we have been able to see is that Harley has given them some information. But there's no factual thing for that. It's just like an inference that people are making. It's possible. We don't know. Hopefully, you know, Harley did, and she'll be in the clear because I don't believe Harley did this, you know, was involved purposefully.
I don't think so either. No.
I think Tisha has a way.
Her mom probably lied to her.
Yeah, she's a manipulative cow. She really is. So,
yeah,
you know,
she probably said, "Oh, he ran away, but I need."
Angel, you're absolutely right. She did say in an interview that it would hurt her heart to look in water and ditches.
Yep.
What was the date of that interview?
Oh, God.
See, every time she spoke, even though it was a garbled up, pardon my French, shit show, every time she spoke, there were bits of truth in there. And now that we're starting to find out things, if you go back and watch all of those, you'll be able to piece it together. What, Kayla, was that the one where she did with Spencer, where she said that it would hurt her heart? I know she said something about she didn't want to look in ditches in this, but I can't with her. And that was January. If that was January,
she said her and her family would have all been searching. So, but they were scared. People were threatening them.
Yeah. Boo-hoo. Yeah, she did say that she didn't want to search ditches and water. This crazy broad. I don't know. Okay. All right, I'm gonna, what is it? 3:10. I guess we'll just go to the thing. We'll just sit here and chit chat. I mean, really. And here, let me find this. If anybody wants to come in and talk, there's the link. You can do it from your phone. You can do it from wherever, and you just pop in and we'll let you on. You don't have to come on camera if you just have something to say. Jamie says, I'm just beyond words. That's too close to home. It's very near a Florida house. She could have taken back roads. Staying off interstate, horrible. God bless that family. Oh, Jamie. Lord have mercy. I just...
She'd have to be real good with that area to cross into the Florida line without hitting any toll bridges or cameras. I mean, I think they got one just about on every bridge.
Right.
I know for being in our truck. I mean, we've had mad pictures of our tags sent to us.
Right, exactly.
I'm like, I wasn't even driving that car.
That could be what's happening.
Friends of mine were coming back from a bachelor party one night, and they got their picture in the mail. And you could see the two of them in the front seat of the truck, and then my friend Dan's in the back seat of the truck. And apparently they were singing and drinking. It is the funniest damn picture I've ever seen in my damn life. And they're like, yeah, they said we were in a red light. I'm like, oh my God. And this when they're holding beers and all that. I'm like, what in the hell? I'm like, you guys are horrible people. I can't believe I call you my friends.
But that could be why. Remember, the authorities have said that they want confirmation from people that may have seen Letitia herself in Pensacola or Pace during those days. They seem to believe that she was physically there herself.
Right.
And it's possible that they caught the tag of the rental car on one of the cameras, but you couldn't see who was in the car. So they may need that further confirmation that she was actually driving those rental cars or whatever they found. So, but they seem to believe that she was there.
It takes quite a bit to get an arrest warrant, to come get you in another state. So I kind of knew they had it, though. Maybe not a body, but they had, they had enough.
Yep. Charlene, I'm sorry to reunite with you under this news. I know that this case has really gotten to you.
I'm worried. There are some creators. I don't know how many. There's a new creator. Her name is Linda. Her channel is called It's a Crime. She is so invested in this case, and she's live right now.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine her emotions right now.
Right.
And I feel so bad. Like when they found Evelyn, all I thought about was Cece, because Cece is so invested in that case, and I thought, oh my God, all I thought about her. Okay, so.
Yep, I can imagine. She normally talks really slow. I bet you she's not talking slow right now.
Yeah.
She's letting it rip.
That's insane. The whole thing is insane.
She can't wait. I mean, she sounds like the type that, even though she's little, she'd love to get her hands on her about right now.
Yep. Let's see.
Yeah, this has definitely been a bad. Harley Dilly, baby Evelyn, the baby that was in the well. I can't remember the name of that case. And now this one too. We've had so many really horrible child cases just this year. It's only March. It's like, what a long year this month has been.
Right.
And then we still don't know about JJ and Tylee Vallow. Nope. I mean, that case is crazy.
I swear to you guys, I'm so invested in that case. And I tried the things I pieced together for this case. Like, I have tracked down Chad and Lori all the way back to September 18th. When Lori disappeared, I know where she was pretty much the whole time. Like, I've tracked all these people, and I've tracked these kids, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, where was like a comfy place? Where would they go? And of all these cases in the group that I participate in regularly, JJ and Tylee are the only kids that have not been confirmed dead. Yeah. And that, I know it's against all odds that they're not, but until somebody tells me differently, I have to believe that way.
Angel, that statement, that's what changed my mind about this case. For so long, I've been thinking, all right, they're in some crazy cult. They probably have them in a bunker somewhere, and eventually we'll find them. They're going to be okay. Maybe not mentally, but they'll be physically okay. But when I heard that Lori told Melanie that the kids were possessed and are zombies, I was like, that's it. They're gone.
So
I didn't hear that.
And I plan to do a live tonight about what Brandon filed and the paper that was released. So way back in January, I receive emails with weird, I call it weird stuff all the time because they're talking about this stuff. And way back in January, I received a document that had all of this stuff on it. Apparently it came from somebody's email that's, involved. And I just forwarded it. I sent it to authorities. I'm like, this came to me. Anything that looks like that I send on, but I don't talk about it because I can't confirm it. Well, now because Brandon has put it into his court documents, if it's filed in court, that's confirmed in my opinion.
Yep.
Then I can talk about it because I'm not one to just come on and gossip and just, whatever. I prefer facts and things that can be documented and proven and verified because the Vallow case is so jacked up anyway. It's already a tabloid headline. It does not need any more craziness in it.
It is a Lifetime movie in itself.
Yeah. So the zombie thing is bizarre. There's other things that, and if you read it well enough, you can tell that she thought like Chad was a zombie based on their definitions. Not Chad, Charles. It just goes on and on.
Charles.
But we'll talk about all that later. Okay.
And then I've seen today that when Melanie moved to Rexburg, she left all her kids' stuff too.
Yeah. She moved to Rexburg 5 days after Brandon was shot at. But let's keep this on Gannon. We need to focus on Gannon. I'll probably be back tonight and we'll do the Vallow chat. That was February. Okay. Thank you, Kaylara. I remember her saying that. I couldn't remember where it was. Thank you, Kaylara. You are a great researcher, by the way. You guys, Kaylara, if anybody is on Twitter, let me get you her link because this girl, she does like cold cases and what is it? The Doe Network. There's a website called the Doe Network, and it's unidentified people. And she goes in and researches and try to identify these people and find. I mean, she does some cool stuff. Her Twitter stuff is really neat. And now she's with us in Discord, which I think is amazing. So there's her link. I mean, and this construction worker found him. Could you imagine? He could have been there.
Right. Well, we assume he was there between February 3rd and 5th until they found him on March 17th. So, yeah.
I don't know. I hate to be quiet on the live. It's so weird, but sometimes there's just no words. I don't know. I just want to know how we got to Florida. I want to know, but I don't want to know because I have a feeling it's not going to be a relief. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to know, but I don't want to know. It's just the same way I feel about her probable cause affidavit. I want to know, but I don't want to know.
Well, on the day that she left with Gannon, the last time we seen him alive on that CCTV, she could not have possibly made it to Florida that day without help.
No, because she came back 4 hours later. So,
right.
I wonder why they're asking for that kind of time frame unless she went down there to visit somebody before and they're trying to figure out who she knows in that area.
Charlene, he was discovered by a road worker in Florida on the Escambia Bridge, which is off Highway 90, on March 17th.
Oh, somebody doing. Hold on.
And over the last 2 days, they've been doing autopsy to tentatively confirm that it is Gannon. And the El Paso County Sheriff's Office put out a statement saying they do believe it to be Gannon, and they're giving a press conference in about 45 minutes. They have also asked for anyone in the Pensacola and Pace areas, if they saw Letitia in that area between February 3rd and 5th, to contact them with information. So they seem to think that she was there herself between those dates, and that's when Gannon's body was placed there.
I mean, I hate to bring this up, but how long was her daughter gone that day? I know they showed her coming in late that night, but do we know when she left that morning?
We don't know. But remember, she couldn't have been in Florida on that day if they think it was the 3rd. Plus, it would have taken her 20 hours to get there. So, it's possible she had him in the rental car for a couple of days before she left. I mean, what?
Wow.
My God.
But that only showed 900 miles, so it still would require 2 cars.
Right. If she stopped somewhere and got a new car and finished the trip or whatever. It's,
Yeah. And then brought back that car back to the same rental place. Something. She's smart. She's not as smart as she thinks she is, but
right. She thought she was being clever, but that may have been what's going to lead to her getting convicted.
Mm.
There's no.
She would have been better off taking her own vehicle.
Been posted, nothing yet.
We don't know for sure that she had help.
Mileage.
She may have had help, but we can't say that for sure because we
don't know for sure. No.
It seems logical that she had help.
See, Angel, I'm leaning toward your theory here. He had to be somewhere, and I still cannot, for the life of me. The whole thing with the rental car makes no sense. None.
I mean, they dug up that rental car receipt. I'm pretty sure they've called every rental car place everywhere and ran her name.
Oh, yeah, they've got all her bank records and stuff to know where she spent money, where she paid.
Oh, yeah.
I need to run upstairs. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think the rental car thing, unless she rented in someone else's name or borrowed a car from somewhere, or.
But it is quite possible that she hid him somewhere because they did all kinds of weird searches, like that big search out in Larkspur. Maybe she had him there for a while under the snow, but when they got too close, she took him. But then it's February 3rd. That's only a couple days after he was missing, so it's not like she had weeks to do this. It's the whole thing it's baffling.
Mm-hmm. She didn't start getting nervous. Well, I know she was in Myrtle Beach, and it was like the day after Landon made the comment, they had narrowed the search area down to within a mile. And I think it was the very next day when they arrested her in South Carolina. So it was almost like, did she know that they got really close, and somebody said something or.
Yeah.
But she had said that in Colorado, and he wasn't nowhere near there.
Because it's definitely possible she moved him with help, but they believe that she was in Pensacola or Pace 6 days after he was reported missing. That's not a big time frame. So I think there's a lot we have to learn about this.
And dumped all of his bloody stuff around Colorado, though.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they found, what did they find? A bloody board somewhere and a
bloody sock. And I think a book bag that had belonged to him they found.
Why would she have done that other than she thought it would make it look like he ran away and was dropping stuff as he went? That's so dumb.
Yeah. I guess it kept them looking, though. Every time they found a little piece of evidence, they probably thought they were getting closer, which is even more heartbreaking for the searchers.
Right.
I mean,
she just wanted to mess them up and throw them, red herrings here and there. But Larissa, I don't have the exact date when she did go to Myrtle Beach, so that would be interesting to know. Say she got to Myrtle Beach on February 6th, a couple of days after she was supposed to be in Florida. That would be very interesting to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because if I'm not mistaken, 8 to 10 hours from Myrtle Beach to Pensacola. Yep. So, knowing when she got there would be great to know.
Yeah, because if they think she was in Florida from the 3rd to the 5th, and then she shows up in Myrtle Beach the next day. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a timeline.
Yeah. Didn't they find her in a rental car in Myrtle Beach too?
I don't remember.
All I know they impounded it, but I don't know if it was a rental.
Yeah, and Harley flew back to Colorado right before T was arrested, which is also very curious.
Mm-hmm. She's probably like, I can't do this. I mean, how old is she? 17, 18?
17, yep.
Can you imagine holding those secrets inside of yourself? I mean, even one little lie, even if it was just a lie that I seen him that night, the night he was really dead, I couldn't. I mean, there's no way I could keep going on. But her mom doesn't even, her face just has this smirk Like, I don't care, nothing bothers me.
Yeah, Kaylara,
It's
that's a good question
unbelievable.
because Harley's father is deceased, allegedly an accidental overdose, but I'm sure we're going to hear more about that. But I don't know who she would have been staying with in Colorado, unless it was friends or something, because she was enlisted in the Army. So I don't know what she did when she got back to Colorado. But hopefully she has some support around her because it's not going to be easy for her either.
No, no. And people put blame where blame is not due sometimes too. She's still a kid, even at 17. Your parents can be awful, intimidating for you. You want to love your parents no matter what and do what they ask you to do, but that's a hard place to be put.
Yeah, covering up a murder of your stepbrother is not an easy thing for a 17-year-old girl. So,
and you lost your father already, though, but you're looking at losing your mother forever if you don't help her. So, I mean, she really had nothing,
Mm-hmm.
I can't put a lot of blame on her.
And plus, Al's been her stepfather for a couple of years now. What, 4 or 5 years? What does that relationship look like? I can't imagine.
I don't know. With him going all the time, Tisha strikes me as the type. There's another guy. There's a guy around there. She's not going to be alone.
There are reports of her having a boyfriend or two, so I'm sure we're going to flesh that out soon too.
Mm-hmm. It's just horrible, the whole thing. I mean, the little boy was old enough to, like, if she really didn't like him, really hated him, why didn't she say, well, let's find one of your other relatives for you to live with when your dad's out of town? Go to your mom's or your grandma's or your aunts or somebody. Anything but something like that,
Angel, that's very possible that Letitia threatened Harley with, well, I'm going to pin it on you, and then you're going to get kicked out of the Army, and you're going to get court-martialed, and ha, ha, ha. So you better do what I say. I can see Letitia doing that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
If she'd be willing to put her daughter in harm's way enough that she could be blamed for a murder, then she'd be willing to do that. Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No doubt. And she said her daughter had never been arrested, never even gotten a ticket, like had a spotless, clean record.
Well, she's 17. I would hope not,
Well, yeah, but some 17-year-olds in Colorado toking up the weed and riding around all day. She seemed like she was a good girl. I mean, it was probably easy for the police. You want your future. Do you want to be in the military? You better tell us what you know.
I'm trying to get some tentative links for the press conference. There's one I'm putting in Twitter. Denise is usually really good at finding those. I have a hard time. But if I see a direct link, I will get that up.
Oh, I told Denise, the whole time this case has been going on, even when he was missing, where I live in North Carolina, we didn't hear about him at all. And it was so sad. And then when she was arrested, that was the first time she had ever gotten on my local TV here. But, I had luckily been following the case through the internet. But I was like, that's so sad. They never once said his name, never once said he was missing. And then here she is walking through the courthouse like, she owned the place. And now come to find out the kid was on the East Coast. Somebody possibly could have found him, maybe, who knows? But we didn't even hear about him, The
conference should be about an hour. 30 minutes.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm nervous about it. Not gonna lie.
Here's a news article I was watching earlier that's been updated. Nothing we haven't already talked about, but if you want more information, there you go.
I know I'm going to mute my phone when it comes on because I've got to watch my potty mouth.
Oh, yeah. I got one too. Don't worry. I'm trying. But sometimes I'm just...
I'm gonna sound like I'm speaking gibberish. So mad.
Well, Angel Letitia does have a criminal history. It's not like she's the pillar of lightness and goodness. So, she's not a good.
What kind of charges did she have? Non-violent ones, though, right?
Non-violent. I think there was. Oh man, I can't even remember. I think there was a domestic violence at some point.
And then there was a bomb threat, which is ridiculous.
That was probably against Landon, I bet, when she was taking her husband.
I think it was in the early 2000s. I mean, it was a hot minute ago. But a bomb threat? Like, get serious, would you?
Wow. If she works at a school. Oh, great.
Right. Yeah, Kaylara, let us know what's going on over on Web Sleuths. When I go to Web Sleuths or Pinterest, you won't see me for hours because I just start clicking on stuff and looking and reading, and I'm everywhere. Now,
that'll be on me on Reddit.
Is, with Harley's dad and the coroner having to come as a witness. That is interesting.
Yeah, Charlene posted that the other day. Harley's father died allegedly of an accidental overdose, but the coroner that processed his autopsy is on the witness list for this case. What? Right. What? How does that work? That's very interesting.
Wow.
Yeah,
we're swinging into the Lori Vallow area there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It feels that crazy. Paul is around. Paul's doing errands and stuff. He's listening in though.
Yeah. Well, I sent him the link. He said he'd try, but because I don't know what they're doing. And if they're hunting for food or whatever, they got to do what they got to do. I hear him, man.
Hunting for food.
Charlene, it doesn't appear so because the body was found by a road worker just doing normal road work. And Santa Rosa, when they got involved, they contacted other law enforcement and then got through to El Paso. So I don't think they were looking for him there. I think they found him there, and now they're trying to get all the ducks in a row to figure out how he got there and when. But they seem to have a very clear timeline of when they think Letitia was there. So we don't know how they came to that, but hopefully they'll tell us something.
Oh, in a billion years, it would have never crossed my mind that he was not in Colorado within, a few miles.
Before we started, Aaron and I were talking, in the last few weeks, there have not been many searches, if any, for Gannon in Colorado.
Yep.
So I'm wondering if they had inclinations that she did transport him somewhere else, because the searches pretty much went to none. So I'm just curious.
Yeah, well, I think they have enough to nail her, even on the murder charge before they found the body. But now that they have the body, that's just going to make their case even bigger. And if they can bring federal charges because it was cross state lines, maybe we can get a death penalty.
Yeah.
Things.
I mean, I know transporting a kidnapping victim, but isn't transporting a corpse across state lines? It would still be federal, right?
That is a federal crime. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, let's look it up. We got 27 minutes. Let's see. I got all the articles we found. Okay, we got there's a new one. All right, let's see.
I mean, I know they'll let you come pick up dead relatives or bring them home to bury them, but not people you murder. I don't think.
Yeah, I think you have to have an actual permission to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Wow.
Yeah, I would hope that.
I'm really not trying to make light of it, but I really don't want to cry anymore.
Right. Hey, whenever when Eamon and I did, when Letitia was arrested, and I made snarky comments and I put the disclaimer out. I cope with sarcasm and whatever, you can't.
Yeah, you go through phases like you're angry and then you're sad and then you don't, I mean, your body's just trying to cope with it the best way it can. So everything kind of comes out.
Let's see how.
I hope they were sharp. I hope the decomposition after being out in Florida by a road for weeks wasn't bad enough that they can actually tell how he was killed, because I want her nailed on every single possible fact that they can come up with.
Well, the high here in this area has been the 50s until today. It's going to be 78, but the 50s is the highest it's gotten months. Yeah. And in water, that water is probably, it's super cold. But I don't know if he was in the water right there. There's not much water right off that bridge.
Yeah, it doesn't say that he was in the water.
No, but that takes me back, and Kayla did confirm it for us. That phone call that she had with that lady in Indiana on February 16th. She said she did not want to search ditches or water. I almost dropped an F-bomb there. She said it. Like, she said she didn't want to search that. So everything she says, there's bits of truth in there.
Mm-hmm. You know, even getting her daughter to say that you seen him when you came home that night, she could have seen him dead. Yeah. She didn't force her to say in that interview that she seen him alive. So, yeah, there could be little bits of truth in every little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just twisted.
Yeah, I can't.
I want like a 24-hour streaming webcam in her cell just so I can watch her suffer.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Watch her pace like Zanara, that guy that did the Boston bombing. I like to watch him pace around in circles. So what do we think was really on the carpet? Do we think that he really burnt the carpet or wax?
I think it was her blood, his blood.
Yeah.
Her blood, yeah.
His blood was found in the garage too, so.
But I'd like to know how this candle plays into it. What happened with the damn candle? The candle.
Well, what was he? Yeah, what was he screaming? I didn't do it on purpose. Yeah. Because he was saying, I swear I didn't do it on purpose. I don't
understand how a candle can set the carpet on fire. And let me explain something. When your candle is burning, the wax is, melted. So when you tip it, it goes over the wick and the thing goes out. You're not burning the carpet. You might get wax on the carpet, but you're not setting the freaking house on fire.
Yep.
So and you can't iron over a towel and get it out. But she said the landlady, she don't like us and is going to kick us out. So, and he kept saying, I didn't do it on purpose. But what didn't he do on purpose? If it was blood.
Right, but blood you can get out of a carpet, So that whole thing doesn't make any sense.
It don't make sense to put your hands on a child that isn't yours either. I mean, I raised 2 stepkids, but discipline, that wasn't me. I stayed in my lane. I tell their daddy when they got home.
Hey, Patricia, we're going to watch it together here. It starts in 20 minutes. You're welcome to stay and hang out with us. Let me see. Let me start. Maybe somebody's starting early. Phone's starting to go crazy. Sorry.
There's nothing on my local news, and that's pissing me off, too. They're not even mentioning it either.
I mean, she's crazy enough that he could have bled on the carpet, and she tried to burn it to hide the blood, and then blame that on him dropping a candle or some crap like that,
Right. I would just love to know, really, what about that candle? I can't understand that. Because that candle didn't set nothing on fire. I can't believe that right now. I just can't. I don't understand her at all. Let's see. I don't have it up here. Okay. I don't know.
Right, that you turned on a candle, that doesn't make sense. But also, that whole video, why would you record something like that unless you thought you were going to need it in the future?
Right. Your phone doesn't accidentally record videos. I'm sorry.
My grandbaby just walked in. I had to mute for a minute. He's so precious. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand that deal either. Either burning the carpet, he couldn't have burnt it with a candle. Could have poured some candle wax on it She could have got that up. But when she said, we'll have to sell the sofa, I'm thinking, well, we've seen him playing video games. If you wanted to be mean to him, you'd just say, well, I'm taking your video game and selling it. But she acted like, I gotta sell my sofa. Now we ain't gonna have nowhere to sit, and the whole family, no. Like, to make the kid feel guilty of everything.
Yep. Yeah, Larissa, I agree. I think that she filmed that on purpose and set it up so that someday she could say, well, look, he did the candle. See, he even said he did. Like, no, that's not what happened. Mm-mm.
No.
And Clara, yeah, she was charged with child
was
abuse that resulted in death. So she was definitely abusing him.
Yeah. Yeah, you could tell when he was talking that he had been hit somewhere bad. And I have a feeling probably in the stomach and in the mouth because of they said they found some of his underwear that had feces in them and stuff like that. And I said, yeah, she did internal injuries to that child.
Yeah, I'm sure it was over long term. Nobody, you don't just randomly up and kill a kid that you haven't been abused. No. You know what I mean? That wasn't just a flash of anger. This was some premeditated craziness.
Yeah. I mean, I'm anxious to find out, did she abuse the other girl? I mean, if she's abusive like that, surely it didn't start yesterday. Yeah. She's probably always beat her kids. Or maybe just kids that aren't hers. What? And that's even worse.
Look at Larissa's theory. What if she coached him to talk about the candle? This is very speculation.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense. Makes more sense.
That's really a great theory, actually.
What if she told him what now? I didn't hear it.
Larissa said, I think she filmed him on purpose and created a false narrative, told him what to say. So remember when Letitia went to get Harley out of the van and she was like, tell him this, tell him that, tell him this, tell him that. She was coaching.
Yeah.
Larissa's, theorizing that maybe she coached Gannon to talk about the candle or something along those lines. That's a good theory. Huh. Okay.
But the first thing she said was, I'm sorry, but you got to swear to me you didn't do that on purpose. So she had already hit him before she started recording. Yeah. And he was already bawling, crying. And I believe whatever it was that he did do, he didn't do on purpose. I mean, you could see the little boy was a well-behaved boy. I mean, he has other videos. He was a good kid.
Yeah.
He played outside with his brothers and sisters. He wasn't out there, with people in the neighborhood. He wasn't out there punching them or, throwing the neighbors' trash cans over. He was a good kid. And I bet school says the same thing. I bet he was good in school. I bet the whole nine.
Yeah, I can't imagine what Al must be feeling. I mean, the thought of me leaving my kids with my husband, their stepdad, and him doing something to them, I don't know. I think my brain would just break. I can't imagine how he's going to get through this.
Where's their thing? Sorry, I'm starting to search for links and stuff and make sure we have it set up so we don't miss anything. Sorry to be quiet.
I've been checking Twitter. Lots of updates. It's now breaking, national news. CNN picked it up and everything, but new information. I don't really expect much, but it would be nice for the police to sort of accidentally turn off cameras and look the other way while they let Landon and Al into her cell for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I am not a violent person. I
wonder if they would ever go see her. Could you imagine? Oh, man. Even the looks they were giving her in the courtroom, I was like, whoa. Mm-hmm. Like, that was, I don't know. All right, let's see.
Yep,
So,
Karma. I think we should just make a line. Everyone
Right.
gets 2 minutes with her. Well, didn't she get? Was it her? No, it wasn't her. It was that Fernandez mom that got kind of beat the crap out of her when she got into Gen Pop.
Yeah.
Tisha yet.
I don't know. Don't know. Yeah, I agree, Charlene. All right. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. Hey, Paul. We knew this was coming, but we just didn't realize how complicated it was really going to end up being. It's horrible. That's horrible.
Yeah, her attempted escape. That's crazy. Who attacks an officer and slips out of her handcuffs and tries to escape? Did she really think she was going to get away? I mean, what kind of crazy thought process is that?
Right. I would love to hear more about that. I'm not even going to lie. That would be amazing.
I'd like to see a video of that.
Right.
I just can't. I can't process it. Here I am in handcuffs around all these big guys with guns. I'm just gonna jump one of them and see if I can get away. Okay,
Right.
that's smart. Good luck with that.
Oh, well, bright's not her favorite color. She can't help it.
Yep.
All right. Somebody should be starting soon. I'm looking and trying to watch chat. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I do really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. I'm glad we can talk it out together. I am currently looking, making sure we have a good link of a good stream to follow to see what they have to say.
Okay, Lara, that's a good point. She could have been trying to suicide by cop.
Yeah.
Intern, I would pay to see video of her trying to run down the street in her little outfit, her jail outfit, trying to get away from the cops. Oh my goodness.
She's a moron. What is that? KRDO. I think that's one. I have so many news stations now, and I'm like, okay, which one is?
Yep.
Which one is in which city? I need to remember. Let's see. Right here. There it is. They're talking about damn toilet paper. Come on now. All right. Got a few minutes.
And this is going to sound really bad, but I kind of hope that Landon and Al aren't at this because I will absolutely lose it. Mm-hmm. I want to hear the facts and the information and keep my emotions locked up for right now. And if I see Landon, I'm done. I'm just done. When did it look like Landon was bruised on both sides of her face, Char? What's that
Karma, I think she was hiding her face so nobody would recognize her because she went everywhere. She was careless and reckless, and it's going to come back and bite her in the ass. And I personally can't wait.
Oh, in court. Oh, huh. I didn't notice that. I hope Landon is okay. The affection that I feel for Landon, if I could cut out a piece of my heart and send it to her so she could have a little more strength, I would. You know, I don't know how to. I want to help her, but there's no way to, you know.
Right.
Breaking.
There you guys are. Okay. Yeah, Riley, it is. I was shocked that, I wasn't surprised, I should say, that they were trying to hide her from the cameras. But whatever.
I'm going to check, Char. I missed that post.
Hey, Jack's mom. How are you feeling? My God, woman.
Well, I hope you're feeling better.
Right.
That's a scary thing.
I know. Aiden sneezed last night. I'm like, get away from me. I'm like, no snuggles tonight, man. Mama's off the job. But, you know, I don't know. But I'm worried for all of them. I'm worried for Al. I'm worried for Landon and Lena and Harley. And there's this weird part of me that's worried for Letitia just because that's the way I'm made. I worry for her because she's so out there that I hope at some point she is truthful, like she really breaks it down. And I hope while she's in there, they offer her some sort of help because she clearly has some issues, man. Clearly. I mean, I don't know. I have empathy for her, and I know a lot of people are going to come for me and be like, that's ridiculous. But I do. I don't, because I don't understand what makes people do this. And I don't know. Like, how do you not have any regard? I don't know. I just feel bad. I feel bad for her that that's the way she's made. So I just feel bad for everybody. One more week of quarantine. That's not too bad. We're on day 3 of our isolation. So school still, he had school. Gavin had school Monday and Tuesday. And now we're just here. So my good friend Vicky, the one that I got the founder coffee creamer, she does a lot of work with us. Animal rescue in a town by us, and they're having to close their their brick and mortar place where they keep some of the dogs. So I think we might foster a dog or two. That would help pass some time and, you know, make things whatever. So
that's great.
I'm glad
you'll fall in love and keep them.
Huh?
Then you'll fall in love and keep them.
Yeah, well, our beagle that we have now, he's 13. He was only supposed to be here for 6 weeks, and he got here in 2009. So he's only been here 6 weeks. Yeah. But Jack's mom, I'm glad to see you. I've heard that you've been really ill, and it's good to see you out and about. That makes me feel good.
Yep. No germs on the internet. Well, there are viruses, but not that kind. So
right. Okay. All right. I'm going back to hunting for a link. Let's see.
The press conference starting in about 8 minutes.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We should. I hate when they do this like last minute, like boom, there it is. No.
Yeah. Start it early so we can get ready.
Right. Like, because then it just pisses me off. Where's my Facebook?
I think KOAA is covering it.
Yeah, KOAA and KRDO. Let's see. Do I have a live going yet? No, that's about That's right, Gloria. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. Somebody somewhere post this gosh damn link. Let's see. Let's see. It could be way down here. All right. Does anybody see the link to the press conference? Because I am clearly having an issue.
Not yet. I'm checking Colorado Sun. The other two that we talked about, I'm not seeing it. Sheriff's office does not seem to have it. The DA from Colorado should have. Well, they're hosting it, so I don't know if they're going to be streaming it because they're the one giving the conference.
Yeah.
KFOR, which is Denver, KDVR, maybe, but there's no link to anything yet. Right, but while Denise finds the link, for anyone who had just tuning in, on March 17th, a male juvenile body was found off the Escambia Bridge on Highway 90 in Florida that has since been autopsied and tentatively identified as Gannon Stauch. and they're going to be giving a press conference in a few minutes. The local authorities, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office from Colorado, is asking if anyone saw Letitia Stauch in Pensacola or Pace, Florida, between February 3rd and 5th, to please contact them with that information. So that's all we know. Hopefully we'll maybe learn a little bit more. There is a gag order in place on the case, so we may not get all the answers we're looking for, but we'll bring it to you live as soon as it starts. Gloria, I don't think they're going to say anything other than we have tentatively identified the body from this location. If you have any information, call us. I think that's all we're going to get. So,
no, I don't want to share Facebook. Stop that. Sorry, I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
I'd rather them not give us any information than risk hurting the case, because I want her convicted to the fullest extent of the law. Yeah, an autopsy has been done. Yep.
Okay, so this appears to be where it's going to pop up. Let's see, make sure you guys can see. Okay, where is it? This one. This is where he was found. Thank God for that guy. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no crazy fans.
Yeah, we don't know if he was found on that side of the bridge or if he was tossed over down the ditch, but that's the location where the road worker found his body.
Okay, we're check one more time over here.
As far about when he died, the charges against her state that they believe he was murdered on the 27th.
Uh-huh.
So that's when they believe he was dead, which means they probably think she killed him at the house. And then kept his body for a week and drove it to Florida, because apparently that's what you do now in all these crazy cases. Oh, Loria, that would be awesome. I would imagine something will spring up there. Flowers and toys and balloons. Maybe we could adopt a stretch of highway. You know how they do that adopt a highway thing? Adopt a stretch there and call it the Gannon Highway.
For those of you that don't know, my brother from another mother, like one of my best friends since forever, passed away on September 5th, and we got him adopt a road sign, and it's about a mile. He lived like 3 miles from us, and a few of us got together and we adopted the thing. So I see his name every day now, and it's really cool. So okay, let's see what this looks like. So this is their special event live streams, and it states that it just comes on when they're ready to go. So we will see, but I will continue to look just in case this doesn't work the way they say. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm ignoring chat. I am not trying to do that. I'm just trying to make sure that we have this link, and we are going to find out something, hopefully. You know, there is a Kaylee's law from Kaylee Anthony, but about reporting your child missing within a certain time frame, but it was only enacted in 10 states. 10 states. Oh my God, what's my phone?
Loria, I'd like to see that law. I don't understand how people like Lori Vallow got away for so long. If your kids are missing and you don't produce them, you go to jail, period.
Right.
You know, within a week at most, that's crazy. Yep, Megan Boswell should have been in jail. You know, all these parents say, oh, well, they're fine. They're just over here with friends. No, they're not. Get your butt in jail.
Right. Okay, somebody. We have. Okay, don't let me down now. All right, there we go. See if it pops on. Right, Loria, she's still collecting the Social Security. Well, not in jail, but she was. She did it for 5 months, I guess. Ridiculous. Come on now. Shit.
Refresh like you're trying to buy a pallet.
Hey, you know.
Right. KOAA says they'll be cutting in with the press conference shortly.
Okay. Huh. Okay, let me look at comments for a second. Drive safely, Emily. I just have to say, I love everybody that comes into these live chats. Like, it's just, you guys are so chill and cool, and everybody, a lot of people have different opinions, and nobody's like biting off each other's head, and I love that because I love to be able, not debate, but toss around ideas and do whatever. You guys are just awesome. I really appreciate all of you very much. Okay, let's try that.
Oh, here we go. Something's happening.
Where? Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Okay, hold on. Let me find
I'm gonna mute.
Okay. Whoa. Where's the sound? Where the hell's... Oh, there it is.
Ever since news broke that Gannon's body was found in Florida, we've been inundated with inquiries from the press and the public.
Turn it up.
This will address only what has taken place as a result of that development in this case. As I've said in the past, we will not try this case in the media. Today, I filed new formal charges in the case against Letitia Stauch.
Yes.
Those charges are murder in the first degree after deliberation, a Class 1 felony that carries a potential prison sentence of life in prison without parole. In addition to that, I filed 8 counts of crime of violence for the alleged use of a firearm,
Oh my
a
God.
blunt instrument, a knife or other sharp object,
Oh my God.
and for causing the death of Gannon Stauch. These new charges are added to the original 4 charges that we originally filed in this case. Keep in mind, these are merely allegations. All defendants are presumed innocent until and unless they are proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I will not compromise the integrity of this investigation, so I will not discuss the circumstances surrounding Gannon's death, nor any details regarding the discovery of his body. And please understand, this development does not mean the investigation comes to an end. This still remains a very active investigation. So if anyone has any credible tips, please contact the El Paso County Sheriff's Office tip line at 719-520-6666 or email those tips to tips@elpasoco.com. I do want to thank everyone involved with the investigation, including the El Paso County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, and our partners, our new partners in Santa Rosa County, Florida, to include the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office and the District 1 medical examiner in that jurisdiction. We do still have a pending court date for Letitia Stauch's next appearance in court, which is April 14th, 2020 at 3 p.m.
Well, can you answer that question?
I may not be able to answer them, but you can ask them.
Can you explain how the coronavirus outbreak here is changing the way that this case is moving forward? Obviously, you just said we have a scheduled appointment, but they could get there, right?
Yeah, the chief judge in this district has issued some orders that impact really cases where defendants are out of custody. Any in-custody defendants, like Letitia Stauch, those cases are still being heard as scheduled, at least according to the last release that we received.
In the past, we'd asked you about trying to move forward without a body. This changes things, right?
It absolutely changes things, yes.
You might not be able to answer this, but can you tell us how long Gannon had been passed away for when he was found?
I'm not going to get into those details.
Can you say anything about how actually finding him or finding his remains now helps the investigation?
Well, anytime you have a homicide case, the body has a lot of evidence associated with it, and I'm speaking in only a general sense. I'm not going to talk about the specifics in this case, obviously.
Have the detectives already been looking in Florida when Gannon's body was found?
I'm not going to get into those details.
How's the family doing currently?
We met with the family earlier today, and obviously they're distraught with this information. They were still holding out hope that Gannon would come home alive, despite the original charges that we filed in this case. And they're struggling, and they rightfully would be, considering the circumstances of this case. It's tragic, and we, like I said at the beginning, our hearts go out to them.
The sheriff's office said initially there was a tentative identification. Clearly, we feel comfortable enough going out and saying, though, that we have found this body. Can you explain the difference there?
I would just stick with what the sheriff's office released in their press release today.
Can you talk about what it means to investigators themselves emotionally to have this?
I think that would be a great question as we get further along in this case, probably towards the end of the case rather than right now. Our job isn't done.
Timeline on bringing him back and giving him a formal funeral and services?
So that will probably go a lot towards what the family's decisions are. I'm not in a position to answer that. Any other questions?
When you say the investigation continues, this was one of the big steps we were trying to get to, but we're still looking for more evidence.
We're always, every homicide investigation, the investigation continues all the way right up to trial, actually. So that's not any different for this case. The only thing I want to add is that when everybody leaves today, Lee Richards, our PIO, is in the back of the room, and she will have copies of the new amended complaint and information, so you can take a copy of that when you leave.
Oh, God.
The old charges as well.
All of the original 4 charges are included with the new charges.
Can you explain the difference? Previously, we hadn't said there's a certain level of knowing that we were trying to approach. You said it was knowing but not premeditated. Now we are at premeditated.
The new count of first-degree murder, that class 1 felony that I added, is with intent and deliberation. That's the classic first-degree murder charge that people think of when they think of first-degree murder.
And we can't say the difference of why we've added that.
I'm not going to get into why we've added that. That would get into the facts.
I really like this
Can
guy.
you explain why there is a gag order in this case and what that does to protect the case?
Yeah, so it sort of gets back to what I said at the beginning, that the charges are merely allegations and everybody's presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. That's why gag orders go into effect and why gag orders say we can only talk about certain things that happen in the courtroom. When we file formal charges like we did in this case, and when we file amended charges like we did today, those are public records, and so we can talk about those and not get into the actual facts that support those charges.
Speaking of public records, have you been in contact with the judge at all in terms of releasing the arrest affidavit or probable cause affidavit? In terms of...
Not since the last court date.
How much more important is it to you to prosecute Letitia Stauch to the fullest extent?
I'm not going to get into that. Every single homicide case that I've ever prosecuted, I take it very seriously.
Can you go into detail about any of the new charges and what those are?
So I've already laid out what they are, but the new count 1 is the with intent and deliberation, the murder in the first degree, and then the 8 counts of crime of violence sentencing enhancers. And those allege the use of a firearm, the use of a blunt instrument, the use of a knife or other sharp object, and then the 4th and 8th version of those is causing the death of Gannon Stauch.
Do you believe that Gannon was killed here in Colorado?
We have jurisdictional requirements, so we couldn't charge it if we didn't think that it occurred here in our jurisdiction.
Do you think anyone else is involved?
I'm not going to get into that right now.
Damn.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you, buddy. Okay. Stop screen. Wow.
That was so much worse than I thought.
We got a lot more information than I thought, and I'm going to keep checking the website for the complaint. The complaint will pop up. I think I made some audible gasp, but I have to leave. Oh, Loria's back. Sorry, Loria. I didn't even see you down there. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I had you muted anyway. So.
I looked down. I'm like, oh no, like I didn't mean to, but that was something. I think I made noise of like
Wow.
I didn't mean to mess it up for anybody. That was
intense.
What in the actual hell did she do? What in the actual hell did she do?
All right. So what did we learn from that? All right. 8 new charges.
8 counts.
We confirmed that bitch is batshit crazy. That's what we learned.
Right.
It's,
But
she tortured him.
Firearm.
Tortured
knife,
him.
Blunt instrument.
Knife.
Intent and
Oh,
deliberation. God. That is so much worse than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, God.
I mean, she shot him.
Like vomiting.
Now I want to know where she get this gun. Where did she shoot him? Why did she feel the need to shoot him and then use a knife and a blunt? Or what order did this happen? And oh my God, that woman needs to be strung up on live TV.
What if it's Al's gun because he's in the military too?
Okay, so all this is added to her current charges. Hold on, let's go back over here.
Yeah, 8 that they can verify so far.
So let me share this with you guys. Now, share screen. I'm like shaking, so you gotta give me a second, make sure I get it right. So these are her charges right now. Let me pull this down. Okay, we've got where the hell did it go? The murder in the first degree, child abuse resulting in death, tampering. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about: the tampering with a deceased body. Do all of those other instruments, like did she do something to him to travel with him easier? I don't know.
They didn't cross the state lines with a corpse or nothing.
When it comes to the number of weapons that he talked about in those 8 charges, in a lot of cases, prosecutors will bring like first-degree murder charges, first degree with this, first degree with that, first degree with this, in order to cover all of their bases. All right. And then they pare that down as it goes to trial. So it could be that they brought those charges with, okay, maybe it's this and that, and they haven't quite nailed it yet. Or they did find a gunshot wound and knife wounds and blunt force trauma. It could be that they found all of that and more. And so that's why
they don't know which one killed him. So they have to use all the charges for now.
Exactly.
Like, what was the final blow? I mean, you could tell he took a lot. I mean, but we don't know what the final blow was that ended it. Oh, God. Well, it tells me it wasn't fast and it wasn't quick and it wasn't easy.
Okay, let's go to Twitter. How is everybody in chat?
I'm worried about Shar. Shar, remember that we're all here. We also have Discord. We can talk privately, and we can have a whole group together if you want to talk this out. And don't forget to reach out to us because we all got to get through this. This is a nightmare.
Yeah, yes. Come on in, Shar.
Paul, they did say that they believe he was killed in Colorado in their jurisdiction.
Here, Charlene, come on in and talk if you want. Okay, hold on. There, pieces of it are popping up on Twitter. This is not going to be good, guys. Grab your Kleenex if you don't want to hear what it says.
I'm gonna mute.
Okay, let me make sure it's up there. Yeah. Okay, so this is one. This is page 4 of 5. Count 7. Now we'll find all of them, but count 7 does say on or about January 27th, Letitia Stauch unlawfully used or possessed and threatened the use of a deadly weapon, namely blunt instrument, during the attempted commission of conspiracy to commit or the immediate flight from the offense of murder in the first degree. Count 8. On January 27th, Letitia Stauch unlawfully used and possessed and threatened the use of a deadly weapon, namely a knife or other sharp instrument, during the commission of murder in the first degree. On or about January 27th, Letitia Stauch, during the commission, attempted commission of conspiracy to commit or immediate flight from the crime of murder in the first degree, after deliberation, as charged in count 1, unlawfully caused the death of Gannon Stauch. On or about January 27th, Letitia unlawfully used or possessed and threatened the use of a deadly weapon, namely a firearm, during the commission of murder in the first degree. On or about this is count 11. On or about January 27th, Letitia unlawfully used or possessed and threatened the use of a deadly weapon, namely a blunt instrument, during the commission of attempted murder in the first degree. Child under 12 years of age. So that's 1. Let's see. They have the rest of them in this thread. I can't even with this woman. I just can't. Sorry, I'm trying.
She's always looking so tough, right? But it took all that for an 11-year-old child, an 11-year-old little boy that trusted her. Give me 5 minutes, Lord.
Okay, that's the one.
Here we go.
That's the one we just looked at. Okay, here's the next 2. Count 12. On or about January 27th, Letitia Stauch unlawfully used or possessed and threatened the use of a deadly weapon, namely a knife or other sharp object, during the commission of murder in the first degree. On or about, and then count 13 is on or about January 27th, Letitia Stauch attempted commission of conspiracy to commit or immediate flight from the crime of murder in the first degree, as charged in count 2, unlawfully caused the death of Gannon. So they're saying, okay, there's 1 knife. Then we have, okay, let me write this down because we're going to have to keep this straight. I can't see chat for a second, so hold on, guys. I'm really sorry. So we have, let me write this down, knife and then blunt object. This is so ridiculous. With that one, this was a knife on this page, right? Yeah, okay. Sorry. And then we have a blunt instrument there. Then we have a firearm. Then we have another knife. We have another blunt instrument. And then we have another firearm. So there's 2 mentions of firearms. So as you shot twice. Okay. So those were her original charges, and then okay, so we'll leave that up for now. All right, I'm coming back to chat. Sorry, wasn't it? So according to that, there's 2 different sharp objects they refer to as knife. They make mention of 2 blunt things and 2 different firearm charges.
I don't have any words. I don't even know what to say. I can't believe it.
What? Emily, I'm glad you made it home safe. Sorry, guys. I usually like to talk during lives. That's why we're here. But this is a lot to take in. Yes, Kayla, and it does mention conspiracy. And that'll flow into the premeditation.
That'll also flow into an accomplice of some sort.
Exactly.
I was hoping he was going to answer that question when the reporter asked.
I know when they asked, I was like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Angel, do you have a link of the recordings of dispatch, or can you tell me where it is and we'll see if we can find it? I'm sure we can. Here, look, I'll do some Google. If you have a link, I'll give you a wrench so you can post it. Let's see. What am I looking up? This is ridiculous. I really liked. It sounds horrible. I like the idea that she gave him some sort of medicine or something. I like that idea way better than what I'm reading right now.
Yep.
But maybe I guess maybe him thinking it was groggy. Maybe he was limping on that bad foot that he cut, and maybe was it early in the morning, that last video we seen of him leaving? Like, could he be sleepy when he was walking?
Yeah, and that's where people were theorizing that she had given him something, and I really liked that so much better. Let me retweet.
Well, they haven't said nothing about a toxicology report. I mean, could have done that too.
Right, absolutely. But I just like that idea better than what I'm reading, and then of course your mind wonders, and it's not right.
I know.
I can't even think of what I'm
How
trying
much
to search on Twitter. Oh, I know what I'm trying to search.
I mean, my God, it didn't take all that. It didn't even take half of that.
No.
I mean, she has severe hate for that kid.
Something.
I've hated some grown-ups in this world that I couldn't imagine doing like that.
Right.
And throwing their body away.
And then for her to get up and act as though
I'm better than thou. I'll be vindicated. You'll apologize.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'll be going to Colorado. I guarantee you that one. Or hell, I hope Florida brings them down. They got the death penalty, and they're not afraid to use it.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's somebody else.
I gotta think for a second, and then I'll search for this dispatch. If anybody has a link, just tell me in chat that you have a link, and I'll give you a wrench so you can post a link so we can listen to it.
I could hear somebody else crying, and they need to talk too. So don't feel bad. I mean, I was bawling, so.
Well, I'm okay. I'm reading the Reddit. There's a lot of information on the Reddit board. If you just search Stauch Reddit, basic reports that she left Colorado on the 4th, headed for South Carolina, and she drained the bank accounts on her way out of the state.
Huh. That was nice.
So that would have put her in Florida on the 5th, and then in South Carolina on the 6th.
No, I don't want to create posts. I want to search for Gannon.
And then this crisis we're going through, that means Landon and Al have like no funds to stock up on, no kind of food for their kids, groceries. And we're sitting here worried about we might run out of toilet paper. Now they got to worry about burying their child, getting him home. I mean, all these other things. It's stupid, man. Stupid.
You're right. Charlene, I tend to agree with you. I think she was jealous of Landon for some reason.
Yeah, definitely. I feel the same way.
Because that was her only thing to attack was Landon every damn time. Anytime she had a chance. Oh my God.
Is it just me, or do you guys think that Landon and Al are getting stronger together through this?
I hope they are.
When I see them together now, it's like they're bonding, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think they've always had from what I can see and what I gather, I think they always had a really good co-parenting relationship. That's just what I get that feeling. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, she was good enough to think that, the boy's old enough. He needs his father. That's what I get from it. I get like she thought that he needed to be around his dad more, being a little boy, and trusted this woman that, she would help out. And she was really probably just trying to do what she thought was best for Gannon. And then, wow.
An interesting legal twist on the charges where it says threatening. They list threatening in all of the charges, which makes me wonder if that's you just normally say that when you bring that kind of charge, or if they have someone who said, well, she threatened him with a gun. Maybe they have a witness to what happened in that house that night.
Yeah, or before she made that video, she was probably telling him she's going to kill him for whatever he did on accident, you know? And that little girl, she would have heard that kind of stuff, and that would have shocked her, scared her probably, too. Right. You know, I'd have been terrified. So, I mean, even at that age, they could tell you the things they've heard. I mean, they're very smart. My grandson's walking around in here right now. He's 5 years old. In a little while, he's going to say, Gigi, why are you crying? He sees everything. He hears everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
my grandson's here. He's 4. He'll be 5 in July. He's a very empathetic kid. Like, it's bizarre.
Yeah, mine too.
A couple weeks ago when he was here, I had a really horrible headache. So I was just sitting on the couch. I'm like, oh, just go away. Because we're starting to get like these like spring weather, you know. So I have really bad allergies in the spring or whatever. And I just had this horrible sinus. And I'm sitting there, and he comes up and he just puts his hand on my shoulder and he goes, Mama, I can tell you don't feel good. I hope you feel better. And then he just walked away. I'm like, okay, dude, thanks. Like, he's so sweet. Like, he
well, you know, it's a huge. With me never being able to have children, these are actually technically stepkids or step grandchildren, but I let them, they call me Gigi, but I still call them my babies. But I'll tell you the funniest thing, my little 15-month-old was the same month as Evelyn Boswell. They had the same birthday. And that's why I got so involved in that. But the other day I was upset. She started stroking my face. And she didn't have words yet, but she was just rubbing my face. And my husband, he told everybody about it. He's like, he knew she was sad, and she just sat and rubbed my face. And I was like, wow, you can sense that, you know? It's crazy.
All right. I'm going to run upstairs. I'll be back in just a minute.
All right.
Okay. So who has a copy of all those charges? Because half of them I probably freaked out and lost it over.
Are you in our Discord? Because I'll post it all to Discord.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll save all the images. They're all on Twitter. So just grab them.
Wow. So is Landon or Al saying anything on Facebook or nothing yet? Probably. They probably Denise, already knew. They had to tell.
Yeah, Denise has their pages open.
Okay. Because surely to God, they didn't hear it over the news. I pray that
he did. The DA said that he spoke with them earlier today, so I'm sure he prepped them before this broke. That would be cruel if he didn't.
Very cruel, especially because me and you, I was like you. I figured they were just going to say, we've confirmed it's his body. She's in custody. That's all we're going to say right now. But then when he didn't, my cheese fell off my cracker and I lost it right there. Her smirky little face. How can you look so smug after you've looked a child in the eyes and done him like that? She's going to have fun in jail. I'm going to find some commissary to put money in. Oh my gosh. Don't nobody record this. I will deny this is me.
I think you and a lot of the country are thinking the same thing right now.
I send everybody commissary money, y'all. It doesn't mean anything.
I'm putting all the images of the new chargers and stuff into the Discord channel. So if you want to check them out.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to check them out. Dang. So, how many days ago they found his body? 2?
They found it on the 17th.
Yeah, St. Patrick's.
17, 18,
Paula, the press conference was just at the top of the hour. It's just a few minutes long. If you guys want, we can replay it when if people join.
I would like to see it again.
Exactly. It is it's a lot to take in. It's a lot more than we expected. The new charges include firearms and knives and blunt force objects. So we're not really sure what's going on.
The good news is if you hate her, you're going to feel like, yep, I had every right to.
Yep.
We don't have to worry about those long apology letters that we all wrote when we're going to send to her. We can throw those away now.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally had one drafted. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I did too. I just need to do spell check. That's all I had left. Ooh. Denise probably didn't even write one.
What, to her? No. No, I have free time. I'm pretty much working on the Valor stuff. This week has been weird because people have been home and like my schedule's been all jacked up, and then trying to prepare for the bizarre circumstances. So I'm like, oh, I'm all out of sorts. So,
no, we were joking about our apology letters that we all had drafted that we don't have to send now. Mine was just waiting for spell check. I said, I bet you didn't even write one, did you?
No, I work on the Valor case. I don't know.
The one we were gonna send to Letitia, you know, the apology letter she was gonna get from all of us when we found out the real truth. Yeah.
Can you imagine
all those
letters now?
Mm-mm.
I wonder if they allow her to even have it.
I can imagine the commissary money that's going to be rolling into the jail that houses her, though.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies are too nice to ladies in the women's jail, by the way. Men's jail is nothing like the women's jail. They get in there and sing Kumbaya, and they're all baby killers. And I don't like that at all. Something needs to change there, too.
I don't know. Have you watched, what's that show, Denise, you turned me on to? The jail show?
60 Days In.
Yeah, they're not that nice to them in that show. I wouldn't want to be in the women's jail.
There's that one that one in Texas. I mean, yeah, that's a good one. But I've seen some where, you know, they all start dating and they're all like singing and sewing together like they're all best friends. But, you know, if you go to jail to a men's prison, you hurt a child like that, you're getting the treatment.
Hi, Paula. Hi, Feeding It.
Hey, Paula. I had planned like the Friday Night Live that I try to do every Friday at 8 p.m. Central. I wanted to do the Brandon documents and talk about all the stuff he submitted. I'll probably do something.
I like Brandon.
I
really like Brandon.
Mm-hmm. He's a decent dude. So I'll probably do stuff. That'll be a separate video.
You know, even with the court.
Hold on, my daughter-in-law is calling. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
So if anyone
did y'all hear that even in?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. I was going to say, even in the court, when they told Brandon that he had to bring his 4 kids, you know, to let Melanie see him, he took off and he went to his parents' house in another state. And I said, you know, you got to respect that. He knew his kids were in danger. And he said, arrest me or not, I'm taking my kids away from this. So I really like that guy. I got a lot of respect for him. He probably saved those 4 kids.
Yeah, he probably did. All right. So if anyone wants to catch up, all of the new charges that will be filed against Letitia, I have posted the images in the Discord channel. There's a link to it right up a little bit, so you can read up on all of that. Denise is going to replay the press conference when she gets back, and we'll just go from there. This is crazy. I thought they were going to tell us, yep, we found the body. Yep, that's all we're telling you for now. Got to go. But they told us some things that my jaw hit the desk. I can't believe how badly this poor child was tortured.
It was more horrific than I could even imagine. Yeah.
Never would have thought he was shot and then stabbed with a knife.
I wasn't expecting
it. With a
right. Blunt force trauma and then tossed over a bridge. And then, I mean, everything was done to that child. And there's no telling the internal injuries or the toxicology. I mean, there's so many still things that we don't know. With what we do know, it's horrible. But just imagine what we're going to find out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when the autopsy report comes out and this goes to trial, we're going to learn all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I wish she'd have done that to a grown woman. An 11-year-old boy didn't even have a chance. Mm-hmm. And even in that video where he was playing the video game and she caught him waving bye, and Al asked that to be removed because it was upsetting him so much. you could tell. I mean, he was nice to her. He was happy with her. He was sweet to her. I mean, maybe it was out of fear now, I
Yeah.
think, but you could tell he interacted with her, well. He wasn't just this mean little boy. Like, she misstated something during her last interview. She almost said something to the effect of, the adults are being as mean as the kids, or something to that effect. That struck me as, what are you trying to say? He was a really mean boy, and now you're getting bullied by adults. But it's like she caught herself, like, oh, I didn't mean to say, something bad about him.
All right, I found a Facebook post from T. I don't have the date. I'm trying to find the exact date of it, but it says she's replying to somebody else and says, thank you for being on my side. It was great to hang with the crew today in Daytona. Keep America great.
That was Bike Week.
I am going to put that in Discord.
Oh yeah, I need that. I'm a biker. That was Bike Week.
All right. Well, she was in Daytona, whatever date that comes from. So
Yeah.
apparently
well,
people saw her.
St.
If she was
Patrick's Day.
hanging with the crew, then people in whatever crew she's talking about saw her there in Daytona. So that would be, I want that dated.
Oh.
All right. So that's in Discord too.
Oh boy. She's going to have hell come down on her like it hath no fury. And it's not to take away of these other cases like Evelyn Boswell. I'm just as angry with the mother of that child, probably even more so. That's the baby's real mother, 15-month-old. But I can't understand where this is coming from. And it seems so sudden, but it seems almost daily now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah,
and I don't know if it's the opioid epidemic, or is it just a lack of love or coldness, or
I don't know. The amount of cases that we have seen in the 3 months of this year outpaced everything we saw last year as a whole.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Definitely. We thought Tim Jones Jr. would be like the worst thing we've ever seen. Guess what?
Oh yeah.
Guess what? No, it's not.
Yeah.
We're just getting started, and I don't know what's causing it, but this is crazy.
And it's more and more women. It's not men. I'm not going to say we expected it from men, but men cannot handle children as good as women. My personal opinion, guys, don't get upset, but like on a 24-hour, 7-day a week, my son has full custody of our little 15-month-old grandbaby, and he'll even tell me, I don't think I was built for this 24/7. And we are, women, we can take a step back and just take a deep breath, and we're okay if she's crying for 6-8 hours, whatever. We'll cry with her,
Mm-hmm.
But and now for women to be doing this is something I never thought I would see. Or you hear a lot about stepdads or somebody like that who, maybe they didn't even love the kid, but women, we're usually compassionate and loving, and we love everybody's kids. I love my neighbor's kids. They stay over at my house. I love all the little kids that run around my neighborhood. I can imagine that neighborhood right now. I hope they do the blue lights again like they did that one night. I thought that was so special. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if T, now that they have found his body, will plead guilty. I wonder
the last appearance she made in court was the first one where I seen that she looked like she even gave a crap that she was there.
Right.
Like when they extraditing her and stuff like that, she looked like she didn't have a care in the world. It didn't matter. She thought she was getting out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And when the judge got smart with her and he was like, I would keep my mouth shut looking at the charges you're looking at, she looked at him like, oh, how dare you? No one's ever talked to me that way.
Yep.
I was
she might be too much of a sociopath to plead guilty to save her own skin, which I would like this to go to the trial because I want to see that trial. I will drive there in person if I have to watch that trial.
Yeah, me too. That's what I told Denise a while back. And with a conspiracy charge now involved, I definitely want to know. I mean, I definitely want to hear who'd she conspire with. I would feel really sad if it's her daughter. My heart leans that way because I think that she could connive her into that. But that would be just an evil mom doing something to steal a youngin'. I don't think I could hate her as bad. But like if it's a boyfriend or somebody she met while Al was working or something, yeah, that's going to be. I mean, I wouldn't even think the 17-year-old could help kill him like that. I would think it would have. And I'm not this female feminist, but my heart says a woman couldn't do all of that to a child. I want to believe a woman couldn't, but lately I'm getting fooled a lot, I guess.
But her days of evil manipulation and child abuse are over. Regardless of what happens. She's never getting out of jail. There's no way. No. So.
She's never going to see well, she might get to see her grandbabies through a closed door, but she'll never know the hug of a grandbaby. I hope she don't get contact visits. She won't if she's in Florida, if she goes to Florida court.
If they prove that she killed him in Colorado, she'll stay there.
Ugh.
Depends what they do with the federal charges. If they levy federal charges against her, who knows where she's going to end up?
Well, yeah, because the federal would top this. I don't know if federal would top state on murder, though, would it?
I don't know. I'm not sure how that works. We'll need Travis to help us sort that out. But I really hope this turns into a death penalty case because I think this warrants it.
Me too, and I don't love the death penalty. You know,
you can ask Charlene. Charlene and I fight about the death penalty all the time. Charlene and I have had many talks about the death penalty because I'm generally against it in almost every case.
Yeah.
But this case,
right,
I'll do it myself. Give me the switch. I'm ready.
Right. I'm kind of that way about it. Like if you walk in and you see somebody hurting someone in your family, you pull out your gun, you kill them. Yeah. But if I'm on a jury and all I got to do is vote death penalty and I'm making someone else take a life, that's the part where I kind of got a problem. Here, I don't have a problem. Let me push the button or whatever you need done. I'm good with it. You know, I wouldn't put it on nobody else to do. I would just do it. But putting it on those wardens, I've seen some wardens do interviews that have had to carry out death penalties, and it stays with them the rest of their life. And they become friends with these guys for years and years and years that change their lives and become better people than when they did the crime. So they become attached, and their families become attached, and it just hurts more, you know.
Yep. The hardest part about the death penalty for me are the family members left behind. You know, I saw some documentaries where a dad did some murders and went to jail, and the kids had to realize that their dad was going to be put to death. And the devastation on them was multiple fold because not only do they have to realize their father was a killer, but then to face that, well, the state is going to kill him. You know, how come it's okay for you to kill him if it's not okay for him to kill somebody else? You know, the hypocrisy of that. I get that. But in this case, no, there's nothing redeeming about this person at all. She should never be out in public again. And that's it. The torture that she levied on Gannon that we only know a tiny bit about. We have no idea how bad it really was. We're going to find out. But that's it. But
see, like, I have a feeling like with her daughter, she probably knows what her mother did or what her mother's capable of. And I have a feeling if her mother went to death row, I think she'd say, well, she deserved it. Look what she did to that child. You know, even though you were my mom, I can't believe you could do something that horrible. You got to die for what you did. Somebody told me one time that it was like a garden. Sometimes you have to pluck the really bad weeds out just so the pretty flowers can continue to grow. Yeah. And someone like her, if she's not taken out of society, will just continue to teach and preach and get more people to be just like her, just as evil.
Yep. And, as far as Harley goes, we don't know the extent of Letitia's mind control and brainwashing and things like she's like. We don't know where Harley's at mentally. We have no idea. But she's going to have a very hard time coming to terms with this.
Oh, yeah.
She really is.
Yeah. She already has no daddy. No mama. Yeah, it's going to be tough on her.
Yep.
And if she participated in any way, because mama said that's gonna ruin her life forever.
And I also hope that Harley was not involved in a malicious way and doesn't face charges. But that is a possibility. We don't know what she saw, what she did, what she knows,
Conspiracy could be, if it's going that way, then that's saying a lot about somebody talked. They would not know that there was even a conspiracy. There's no way. I mean, you can't find like evidence of that unless there's either electronic trail, phones, or something like that, or someone's cooperating,
Yeah. Well, I think T was stupid enough to go ranting and texting all over social media. So I'm sure they've got all those records. They do. So
well. Yeah, that. And remember you said where she had threatened to kill him, threatening with a gun, threatening with a knife and all that. Someone had to hear that. There was only a few people in that house.
Yep.
So that leaves the two girls pretty much.
Yep. Now that could be just a legal definition that always goes into that charge, or it could be that they actually have proof that she threatened him, literally. So,
Yeah. Or they could be overcharging just to make sure that they have, they have their ducks in a row right now.
Yep.
But I guess even if you brandish a knife or brandish a gun, that's considered threatening. Even if, you don't say anything.
Right. So it could be that. I'm also very concerned for Gannon's little sister because she was home at the time. What did she see?
Yeah.
What does she know? How is she coping with it? That cannot be easy.
And how long has she had to hold it in because she was terrified to say anything? Because for a while they were all living in the same house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she threatened her probably too. I mean, that might have some of the charges. She might have threatened her with a knife or gun. If you tell, this is what I'll do to you.
Yep.
Who knows? That poor child. She's going to need therapy too. Yeah, my body's going into the anger stage now. And then when she replays that video, I'll get out of the anger stage, back to the sad stage, probably.
Sorry, guys.
Welcome back.
There you are.
Sorry. My daughter-in-law called. She's like, "Is Aiden staying?" I went upstairs. I'm like, "Aiden, are you staying here? Are you going home?" "I'm not going home. I like Mama's house." So he's like,
"Yep,
fine. Kick your feet up. What you want to do?" Because my
grandson's mom brought him in there.
Conversation with my granddaughter just turned 1, and she's going on like 17. She's a little psycho. I swear. So Aiden is like, Kennedy can stay home, and I'll come here, and she won't bother the hell out of me.
He needs a break.
So that's that. But yeah, I was talking to her. My daughter-in-law's name is Madison. She was just telling me that a boyfriend of one of the workers there came in contact with somebody that is possibly
at the daycare center.
A boyfriend of one of somebody. And I told Madison, I'm like, I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your kids, but Kennedy and Aiden will stay here all next week. If you want to go to work, that's on you. But those kids aren't going. No way, no how.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen. She's like, probably to do that. And I mean, I get what her boss is trying to do. She's trying to provide a place for people that still can go to work. You know what I mean? Like trying to make it work. But at the same time, she's also feeding the problem. It's like a double-edged sword, So I don't know. Madison said they might not even work next week. So let's see. So I'm sorry to interrupt your
conversation. Before you play that video, though, here's something funny. When my son's ex-girlfriend has 5 little boys, and she brought my grandson in here to me, and I had to mute you guys, but I said, she looked at him. She said, "You want to stay with Gigi?" And he said, "Yeah, because I know I won't get hungry at Gigi's house."
That's funny.
I said, "Oh my God, I'm so fat." He has to fight his 5 other brothers for whatever snacks they got. He said, "Yeah, I know I ain't gonna be hungry at my Gigi's house." He's outside playing now. He's so funny. Man.
All right, let's find.
Shouldn't nobody be hungry. I
No,
hope no one
like we
is
said
hungry.
earlier, if you just, I mean, we've been on here forever now talked mostly about Gannon, and then we talked about our current situation.
Yeah.
But if you, okay, hold on. If you are somewhere and you can't find something that you need, by all means, get hold of somebody. We have Discord. My email is everywhere. On my channel.
My Facebook is the
Yeah.
same as my name. Hit me up. I'll definitely send you some stuff.
Yeah, we are going to take care of each other. Okay. So we do have some requests in the chat to play this again. I'm going to pull it up. If
I'm going to mute.
I want to listen again. I don't blame you, but
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna mute my mouth.
Yeah. Where are we? Chrome tab. We need to go to Facebook. So we'll play it again. So here we go. I don't want to play it again. I don't want to hear it, but let me turn this up real quick. Okay. Over here.
Mandated with inquiries from the press and the public. This will address only what has taken place as a result of that development in this case. As I've said in the past, we will not try this case in the media. Today, I filed new formal charges in the case against Letitia Stauch. Those charges are murder in the first degree after deliberation, a class 1 felony that carries a potential prison sentence of life in prison without parole. In addition to that, I filed 8 counts of crime of violence for the alleged use of a firearm, a blunt instrument, a knife or other sharp object, and for causing the death of Gannon Stauch. These new charges are added to the original 4 charges that we originally filed in this case. Keep in mind, these are merely allegations. All defendants are presumed innocent until and unless they are proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I will not compromise the integrity of this investigation, so I will not discuss the circumstances surrounding Gannon's death, nor any details regarding the discovery of his body. And please understand, this development does not mean the investigation comes to an end. This still remains a very active investigation. So if anyone has any credible tips, please contact the El Paso County Sheriff's Office tip line at 719-520-6666 or email those tips to tips@elpasoco.com. I do want to thank everyone involved with the investigation, including the El Paso County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, and our partners, our new partners in Santa Rosa County, Florida, to include the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office and the District 1 medical examiner in that jurisdiction. We do still have a pending court date for Letitia Stauch's next appearance in court, which is April 14th, 2020 at 3 p.m. I may not be able to answer them, but you can ask me.
Oh, this didn't talk about all the, hold on.
Yeah, the chief judge.
Hold on. This didn't show the entire thing. Hold on. I'll get you one. That one was the end of it. I'm sorry. I thought it was the full thing. But it didn't.
Well, yeah, he did say federal charges, and he also did say premeditation.
Yeah.
So I know that can be formed in the blink of an eye, but that makes me think, did she plan to kill him?
I don't know. But
well, what he said was,
for anybody who missed it, there is a part of that press conference where he did explain that there were knives and firearms and blunt objects. He mentioned those things. So it wasn't replayed in that part, and I didn't realize it wasn't the complete thing. So
I heard it in that part.
Huh?
I heard him say that in that
Did you?
what you just showed.
I
Yeah.
went upstairs, so I might have missed some of it, but I want to make sure that it was,
But he also said first degree murder after deliberation,
right.
which means that there was a
that's
point
the part I
where
was talking
she
about.
could have stopped and chose not to. So
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
That would hit me harder than I don't think I heard it the first time. Maybe
Yeah.
I was in shock, but when he said it this time, I was like, oh,
Yep.
she did something in between the time of like maybe even thought about getting him help. Maybe he was a little hurt, and then she said, nope,
I'll just kill
I'm
him.
gonna just kill him. Yep, not easy. I'm gonna do everything to him. I mean, I wonder, did her and Al have a big fight? Did her and Landon have a big fight? Where did this hatred? And I mean, it was a lot of hatred.
We know that the school district they retracted their offer for her. Was it on the Thursday or Friday before? So she was pissed off.
Oh, about that job.
She was in a mood
Yeah.
because, I don't know.
Yeah, but then she said she was going to pursue a master's degree in sociology or something, didn't she say?
I don't know.
She was going to school at the same time?
I don't know. She said she's done a lot of things, and there's been no record of her. There's no degree, no nothing. Like she's so full of crap.
You're right.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of degrees.
I'm just thinking, like we were talking about earlier with Kaylara, when she said in that Kaylara determined it was that phone call on February 16th where she said, "I don't want to search water or ditches," and he was found in a ditch.
Yeah,
So
I can't really get over that.
And I've always picked up on weird things she said, and there's little bits of truth in there. But now go back and really listen to him again, and
that bridge on 90, I mean, it's not like you got pullover places. You really have to stop, and people usually are wondering why you're stopped because it's not like a whole lane. You're really close to other cars. To stop, get a body out, throw him over that bridge. I mean, that's not an easy task in itself and not being seen.
Well, there is a report on Twitter from someone who lives near there who said that there's a very popular fishing spot there where a lot of people will stop and walk down to go fishing. So it's not uncommon to see a car stop there. So, but that's from somebody local. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what
if she would have pulled over before the bridge, but where they were showing that picture from was actually almost near the center of the bridge, and there's not any real water right in there. I mean, there's like a small track of water, but not very much. There's a lot of rock, like that big granite rock. There's more of that and a lot less water. But they do park before the bridge. It's a pretty long bridge. They do park before it and go fish, walk down there and go fishing in, the bigger area of water. But they didn't really say was he found in water or
it doesn't say.
I mean,
in between by the bridge. Yeah.
Because in between the two right of ways, it's just rock.
Feeding it. I dropped a link in the chat. There's the article that shows images of the bridge where he was found. And Spencer Wilson.
I was getting ready to pull it up too.
Spencer Wilson, who's the reporter who's really covering this case, has a tweet that just says, the DA's office says that Gannon Stauch's parents were still holding out hope that he would be found alive even after they filed charges. Today, they lost him all over again. That hurts.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what. Landon was the most elegant speaker during the time when I don't think I could have even spoke. And I know she didn't plan it because I remember they said she can't even talk right now. But it came directly out of her heart. And it was amazing,
Okay.
So she has an amazing heart.
Feeding it, I'm going to show you a picture of what they're sharing that says that this is the area, that this is where Gannon was found. Let's see. That right there.
And see, that in the middle looks like where you go northbound and southbound, and there's normally only rock right there. But like on the right side of that road, before you get onto the bridge, you can pull off right there, and then there's an area of water, a big area of water.
That makes sense.
I was thinking, like, if it's right where that white car was, I was thinking, well, she would have to stop in a lane that's not even really a lane. Other cars would have been like, what are you doing? And That would have been strange. Hard to get away with. That's a highly traveled road right there.
Oh, shit.
But I guess she could have pulled over before the bridge, parked, walked under the bridge, and dumped him. I mean, we don't know. That's crazy to see that, though. I mean, oh, God.
I can't imagine. I'm feeding it. It's actually a road worker that discovered him.
I wonder if I'll get in trouble if I spray paint the highway, "Rest in Peace, Gannon," or "We love you, Gannon," with big blue letters.
How far away, Gloria, how far away are you from this?
I go there. Me and my husband go up and down there every week. He drives a truck from here in North Carolina to Miami, Florida. Wow. So we go back and forth.
Jeez Louise.
How much trouble could I really get in? Come on. They would understand.
I wouldn't spray paint, but you could leave like something.
Put a sign.
Something blue, a Sonic, something.
Well, I don't want.
My grandson, who is really into Sonic, and he's bugging us to buy him all the characters right now. That's like the big deal.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's weird because every time he talks about it, I think about Gannon. It's just bizarre.
I'll do that then.
Spray paint a white bed sheet and use heavy magnets and hold it to the railing.
Oh, to the side of the railing, yeah. We could do that.
Then you won't get
it's a dangerous place for other people to be stopping on that road, though, to start leaving stuff. Maybe right before the bridge would be the best idea. If people stop on that bridge, it's pretty dangerous. You could get hit pretty easy.
You know what, Emily? I'm with you, too, because that poor guy, anybody ever that finds a body or anything like that, I always, oh, my God.
It's going to mess you up.
Right.
Me and my husband own a company called Carolina Aqua Search, and we have a local lake where there's a lot of drownings, and we always have to go diving and dive for bodies. It is definitely something that stays with you forever. And even when it's an accident, doesn't hurt quite as bad. Like this, I feel like hurt me more than anything, being a stepmom and always wanting kids and all the other things that went along with it. But yeah, it changes you forever. You're never the same. When you look to a parent's eyes, it's just, it's different.
Yeah.
Because there's no words. I mean, you imagine you find someone's child drowned and you got to look in their parents' eyes. What do you say? There's no words.
Right.
There's no words. I'm sorry. I don't get it. I usually just say something to the effect of, I hope God brings you peace. I'm glad we were able to find his body so he can be buried and all that good stuff. But I usually can't say nothing to well, he's in a better place now, or, that crazy shit. I mean, I just can't. I don't go there. I can't do that with them because, they're like, you don't even know what I feel like inside right now. So I don't even try. I'm like, I can't even tell you how you feel. I can't even imagine. So
I don't know.
Like with Landon, I can't even imagine. I mean, she trusted. And to trust someone with your child is like one of the hardest things in the world.
Oh. Can you do it possible? I don't know. I just like to know how she ended up in Florida between February 3rd and February 5th. Why are those dates so important?
The timeline is killing me, and the car rentals are killing me. And which car she got caught in Myrtle Beach is killing me.
Yeah.
I know they took it, but I don't know if it was a rental or did she have a car of her own. During that interview in Colorado, she was driving a car that her daughter got out of. Now, that was her daughter's car. So I know that her daughter at one time also had her car in Myrtle Beach because they took it when she flew back to Colorado. And she didn't bring her car back.
And was that Daytona trip in the same time frame?
I'd like to also know if that Daytona bike week was during bike week too.
Yep. That would be very interesting. Because she might have figured, I'm going to Daytona for this thing with the crew, whatever that is. I might as well just stop and drop them off on the way.
I'm going to tell you what's strange. You know, they said that she came originally from Fayetteville. Okay, there's a big military base there. Then Colorado, military base. Pensacola, Florida, big military base. I mean, it's something to do with, I just have this feeling of there's this guy lurking in the background.
Yeah.
And if it is during Bike Week, she didn't drive a motorcycle. So I'd like to know who does have one.
Yep. I don't know. There's going to be, the web sleuth will be busy this weekend. That's for sure.
Oh, we're all going to be on it. I'm going to have a notepad and pencil, and I'm going to be trying to figure out the timelines between. It's weird that they're asking for a timeline down there in Florida from before he was reported, right? Like a day or two before the last. No, I know it was before the video was released.
They're trying to look for her. If anybody saw her in Pace or Pensacola, Florida, between February 3rd and February 5th.
Right, it was about a week after he was reported.
Yeah, he was reported missing on the 27th of January.
Okay.
Right, Emily, like, she has some nerve. She's just going on about her life, like, oh, no big deal. Like, he'll be back and you'll be sorry, and that's that. Have a good day.
So the video that was released on the 7th, that was supposedly the last time we've seen him, that was actually made probably on the 4th, then the last day he was really seen. Right?
On the 26th. It's supposedly that video's from January.
Oh, the 26th of January.
Yeah, it's supposedly that's where that video is from. So,
mine don't even keep them that long. It starts writing over them.
I don't know. All right, guys, we've been going like 3 hours, so I'm going to have to wrap it up here in a few minutes. And then I'll come back a little later and we'll talk to Valos, but I gotta go adult for a while.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna surf and try to find a connection down in Florida to her and her family.
That would be great.
Please remember, if you're struggling dealing with this, reach out to us.
Yeah.
Right? Mods all over Discord. We're all around. We all have time to talk. So let us know if you want help dealing with this.
And this is a judgment-free zone, so no one's going to judge you. Just reach out, ask. We may all need it someday. So
here, I'm going to throw my email in here. And again, it's all of my email and my social media links are everywhere. There is a Discord link on my About page. You can join Discord whenever you want. Come on in. There's tons of stuff to do in there. You're welcome, Donnery. I appreciate everybody hanging out. It wasn't clearly this wasn't planned. We didn't expect this today, and I know it was heavy, and I know we don't have a lot of ways to, outlet our feelings. So,
but we love all you guys. You guys are the best. I'm out.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Lori. It was fun.
I had a great time. You guys are the best. Bye.
Oh, thanks. We'll do it again. Yeah. But for real, I mean, what we learned today about Gannon was very heavy, and now we're all just, stuck in one place, and then we're stuck with our thoughts. So we're going to find some ways to not just be stuck, because this true crime stuff is heavy on any day. But then when it's all you're thinking about when you're sitting there with nothing else to do, it just gets worse. So we're going to have to come up with something.
Yep.
A good
tips.
A good outlet. I know if anybody in here, what's Cece's channel name? Coffee with Cece. Is that what she named it?
Yeah, I think she changed it.
I thought she changed it, but I think it's Coffee with Cece. I'll find it here in a second. But every morning around 9 a.m. Central, she pops on for about an hour. And she drinks her coffee with everybody, and she smack talks some criminals and just hangs out. And it is very casual, and it's really what's going to be needed right now, where people can just go hang out. And her morning chats will be perfect. Let me find her channel real quick. Definitely. And if you guys have other creators that you found or other activities, like I found that thing about Netflix or whatever that we can stream it from, where is she? Right here. Copy link address. There we go. Anything that we found, yeah, we can do whatever. Yeah, verbal constipation is always in there at CC's. So here, let's do CC. She is a hoot. There we go. There's a link to her channel. So, SMH, that's a good theory. Well, thank you, Emily. I love you too. So I don't know. I know that's one thing I can recommend is having your coffee or me, my morning soda. I'm not a coffee drinker. I drink soda 24 hours a day. Don't come for me. I know it's bad. But that's what I do. But I know hanging out with Cece in the morning would be a good idea. And then you guys have other places. Like again, we always have Discord. And now that we're all stuck at home, we can all pop on and go live pretty much anytime we want. For the most part.
Yep, let's all band together. So we got to get through all this stuff. So better to do it with a group.
You know what, Kayla? If I tried to do it with my close friends and family, I wouldn't be able to do it either. We have one account that we pay for, and there's like the whole Rainy clan is on it. Oh, Mel. Yes, there you go. Good call. Good call, Emily. Throw some links in here. Where's she at? So I don't know, but again, Mel's the best. Where's her channel? Didn't she have a channel?
I don't have a link to it. It's in my favorite somewhere. But yeah, Mel is hilarious.
And she is. That's what I'm trying to find.
Denise, Linda, Allie, Crime and Coffee, Jenny Hart, Keldy and Alina, Eric Jose, Gingerlock's mom, Casbat, Loopy Lisa. I have no Mel. Why do I not have Mel on my list?
I know. Where is she? Just one Mel. This is ridiculous. YouTube. I don't know if anybody else is having problems with YouTube, but YouTube has been a nightmare. That's for sure. It's not working right. Like my my subscription thing where everybody's video comes up, it has like one video on it from like 2 days ago. It's so jacked up. Why can't I find Mel's channel?
Let me try. I know I had her somewhere.
This is ridiculous. Come on, YouTube. You know, they're sending people from the YouTube office home, like, you know, to do whatever. And Nick Schneider from the drama community, he's like, why the hell can't they take home a computer and do the work from home? Because that's all they're doing in the office. And now YouTube's falling apart and these people are just sitting home kicking their feet up.
Yeah.
Like
my uploads have gone from maybe 3 times as long as normal to upload like a 5-minute video. It's like, okay, this is fun.
Thank you. You found Mama. I appreciate that very much. I'm sitting here back in my brain. So yeah, we'll come up with some ways to keep ourselves entertained. Can definitely leave comments down below if you guys come up with something or have an idea. We could do. I don't know that I can commit to a daily show because I'm so random and I never know what kids are going to be here. If Kennedy ends up here, I will not be able to touch the computer because she's psycho. Just saying. So, and I don't want to commit to something, but I definitely want to participate and make sure that everybody's okay and check in. So that's that. I'm sorry that we hooked up today with such horrible news, but the good part is we found him. He's going
home.
Yeah, he's going back to Landon and Al, and that at the end of the day, that's the most important part. What she did to him is horrible. We'll obviously find out more. I think we found out enough for one day, in my opinion. So that's that. I don't know. So anybody else have anything before we go? Any comments, questions, whatever? I should be back when we get done here. I'll set up the thing for the Valo. We'll talk about, let's see what we talk about. Oh, we'll talk about
Brad.
What the hell? What Brandon filed in court.
Brandon, not Brad, yeah.
Yeah. So I couldn't even think of his name either. I'm all over the map. We can talk about what he filed in court this week in their custody battle. So, and then we'll probably talk some more about ways that we can you know, survive whatever the hell's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out forever. In and out, open door policy, you know. But we will do it again in a few hours, and we will talk some smack about Lori and Chad and the rest of the gaggle of crazies. So I will see you all in a bit. Everybody have good dinner, and I will see you after dinner. Bye, guys.
Bye.